On day 1, I spawned in as Spider-Man. I was in the middle of a destroyed area. There were a bunch of craters on the ground. Who could have caused all of this? Suddenly, a large purple man walked through the fire.
Hello, Spider-Man. I, Thanos, have captured the Avengers and your precious girlfriend, Mary Jane.
You monster! Why would you do that? I swung at Thanos and tried to punch him, but he easily knocked me away.
Once I obtain the Elemental Infinity Stone, the Fire Stone, the Ice Stone, the Lightning Stone, and the Earth Stone, I will use them to wipe out half the life in Minecraft and bring balance as all things should be. I am inevitable.
Thanos teleported away, and I was left alone and confused. I swear, I'm going to stop Thanos and protect the world by obtaining all of the Elemental Infinity Stones myself. Then, I'll become Elemental Spider-Man. I ran off on day 2, knowing that I had to find the other Avengers and all of the Elemental Infinity Stones. But how do I even start? I then saw a tall figure standing in the distance. It was a strange-looking Enderman.
Spider-Man, Thanos told me to make sure you didn't get the stones.
The Endermen were working for Thanos? I had to stop him. Suddenly, he appeared behind me and knocked me forward. Ow! That hit alone took a bunch of hearts away. I tried to jump at him, but the Enderman teleported again. Ugh! I had to fight back. He kept fighting me though, and I was down to a single heart. As Spider-Man, I had a spider sense, which helped me dodge attacks easier. I webbed the Enderman and stunned him for a second, giving me the perfect opportunity to use my strength to take him down. I may not have elements, but I'm still Spider-Man. I then noticed that there was a note on the ground. I picked it up, and it read,
Here's the location to the Fire Infinity Stone. Go, retrieve it immediately.
Sweet! Now I know where to find the Fire Infinity Stone. I swung off and left the area. Before I went off to retrieve the Fire Stone, I knew I needed to build up a safe spot for myself and the Avengers down the line. I went to the trees nearby and began to break one down. With the wood, I then crafted myself a wooden axe and pickaxe. After that, I swung off to go find some stone. I mined a bunch and used it to create myself a set of stone tools. Using my stone sword, I went around and defeated a bunch of sheep, collecting their wool and mutton. I then returned back to the location where I wanted my base, and I quickly built a small shelter out of the wood and stone I collected. I went inside and finished my house with a crafting table, chest, and a furnace. Good. Once I secured the stone, I'll be that much closer to stopping Thanos and becoming Elemental Spider-Man. On day 4, I went out and reached the location towards the Fire Infinity Stone. I knew that getting this Fire Stone was not going to be easy, but something tells me that it was probably at the top of this volcano. I decided to make my way up. Man, talk about hot. There was lava everywhere. I finally reached the peak of it, and instead of finding the fire element, I found myself in front of a strange-looking illager.
You must defeat me if you want to obtain the Fire Stone.
I didn't want to fight against him, but he began to shoot fireballs and summon lava blaze at me. I had no choice but to fight back. While fighting, I almost was knocked into lava. I gotta be more careful up here. We continued to fight, and he was able to set me ablaze with his fireballs. I was then starting to lose hearts quickly. I then hit him with my sword and weakened him to the point where he could not fight back.
Finish me, and you can obtain the Elemental Stone you seek.
I told him I had defeated him, but I was not going to kill him. That's not Spider-Man style. The illager agreed and tossed me the Fire Infinity Stone. Nice! I had one of the 4 Elemental Infinity Stones. I collected it, and suddenly, my suit changed, adding fire onto it. I also gained 5 more hearts. I wonder what I can do now. I triggered the Fire Stone, and I can shoot a beam of fire out at will. Whoa! This is gonna be useful. I left the volcano and made my way back to base. On day 5, I began treading through the world when I heard a commotion going on. I made my way over to the noise and spotted another Enderman, and it looked like he was fighting something. I got closer and saw that the Enderman was fighting a tiny spider.
Take this!
The tiny spider shot the Enderman with a web and immediately took him down. Wow, that was pretty impressive. The tiny spider turned around and noticed I was standing there. The two of us stared at each other for a moment, and we could both tell that there was a connection between us.
Hello, I'm Spino.
And I'm Spider-Man. Those were some pretty good moves you displayed there. Why don't we put those skills to use by helping me save the world? He seemed skeptical. I can tell he wasn't very confident in himself. Hey, you should at least try. Spinner agreed, and the two of us swung back to base. Once we arrived, I built him a nice little home right next to mine. He was thankful and told me why he was fighting the Enderman from earlier.
He's
Endermen started appearing more often, and they seem to be working for a guy named Thanos. They've been going around messing with only half the population, all for the sake of this Thanos. They need to be stopped.
You know, Spinner, I agree. We both knew that it was up to us in gaining the elemental infinity stones to stop Thanos. On day 6, I was swinging through the world, and my spider sense randomly got activated. I heard the sound of screams. I arrived to find a village that was being raided by a group of pillagers.
Take all their belongings. Nobody's going to stop us.
Is that so? The pillagers turned around to see me standing right behind them. That stuff doesn't belong to you. Give it back.
Oh, fat champ. Get him!
The pillagers all began to charge at me. Time to see what this fire element can really do. I activated the stone and shot the pillagers with a blast of fire, knocking most of them out.
This guy's way too strong. I'm out of here.
I parkoured across the village houses, chasing after the runaway pillager. I then landed in front of him and punched him towards the rest. I trapped all of them together with my webs, holding them in place. All in a day's work for your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. A villager walked up and dropped me some cooked chicken. Oh, thanks. I was getting hungry.
Those fire powers were pretty cool. It reminds me of this fire underground prison not far from here.
Fire underground prison? Huh. Maybe one of the Avengers are there. Tell me more about it.
Yeah, I heard they had an Iron Man down there. He's basically a knockoff of ours.
Okay, maybe you can just point me in the right direction. On day 7, I reached where the villager led me to. He did say that the prison was underground. Maybe I can use my new fire powers to help. I used them to blast a hole through the ground. Sweet. I quickly made my way through and landed inside of it. My spider senses then went off again. Chunks of the roof fell below me, and I immediately maneuvered away from it. That was close. I continued going through the prison and noticed it was being guarded by Thanos' Enderman. I need to be careful. I reached a cell and saw someone that looked really familiar. Wait, it was Iron Man.
Spider-Man, get me out of here!
Don't worry, I'll get you out. The Endermen all heard me though and began to attack. I moved around the prison to dodge them. I then used my fire ability to burn an Enderman down with a ray of fire. I jumped over another Enderman and struck him with my stone sword. I walked up to Iron Man's cage again and used my fire ability to burn it open.
Took you long enough, kid. We gotta get out of here before more of those guys show up.
Iron Man and I returned to base, and the two of us got to work on making him a home. He wanted to make a place similar to his previous one, Stark Tower. How am I supposed to build that?
Shut up, kid. Take this. Should help you out.
Oh, he dropped me some high-tech materials to use for it. I hope this is good enough for now. I went around and built his tower. This isn't turning out to be as big as his original, but I think it'll do. I then used the leftover materials he gave me for my house, making it look a lot cooler. Hey, thanks for that. Where's this Thanos guy even from?
Thanos? He's a guy who came from another world outside of Minecraft. He believed the world was too populated and needed to be balanced out. So he decided to take matters into his own hands.
Too populated? Matters into his own hands? What did Iron Man mean by that? Before I can ask any more questions, Iron Man handed me an item that looked like my spider symbol.
Take this. I believe it'll make you stronger.
I collected it and can feel that my firepower had gotten much stronger. I shot it and it blasted a way larger hole in the mountain. Thanks, Iron Man.
Listen, kid, if you want to stop Thanos, you need to find the rest of the Avengers. I suggest looking for Hulk first.
But where do I find him?
Well, you were drawn to me by the Fire Infinity Stone, right? My hypothesis is that each elemental stone you collect will draw you to a different hero. I believe if you get the Earth element, you'll probably find Hulk.
Maybe Iron Man was right. Time to go find the Earth Stone. On days 9 to 10, I started my search. While searching, I stopped by a cave and thought I should get more resources for myself. I went inside and spotted some iron around the area. I used my stone pickaxe to mine it. I then smelted the iron and used it to craft a set of iron tools. Nice. My victory, though, was short-lived as my spider sense went off. That doesn't sound good. I rushed out of the cave and went over to the sound. I then found Thanos' Enderman attacking a player village. I noticed that they were only killing half of the entire community.
Please, why are you doing this?
To balance the world for the sake of Lord Thanos.
Before the Enderman could continue their attack, I jumped in and knocked him away. Your fight is with me now. I used my fire elemental ability to take them down. I then hit the last Enderman and knocked him out. The rest of the players thanked me for saving them and told me that I had their support in my mission. I appreciated that and asked the player if she knew the whereabouts of the Earth Infinity Stone.
I have no clue.
Man, I then looked over at the defeated Enderman. You know what? It's okay if you don't have the answers. I think I know exactly where to find them. I returned back to base with an unconscious Enderman, and he started to wake up. I quickly hit him and knocked him out cold again. I can't have you teleporting away from me. I quickly got to work building a new room for my base and my new guest. After that, I brought the Enderman inside and waited for him to wake up.
Where am I?
I'll be the one asking the questions here. Now you see, all I want is some answers. First, why are you guys working for Thanos?
Thanos promised us rule over the world if we followed his orders. We're sick of the end. The overworld belongs to us.
Okay, now for my next question. Where can I find the Earth Stone? The Enderman fell silent and refused to answer me. All right, I guess we have to do it the hard way. I brought Iron Man inside, and he was preparing to blast the Enderman into smithereens.
Okay, I'll tell you. Just call him off.
That's what I thought.
The Enderman began to talk about a jungle temple that Thanos told him to retrieve the stone from. Iron Man, lock up this Enderman now. I'm gonna go head off and find this stone. On days 13 to 14, I began my journey towards the temple. I eventually found myself in front of a bridge that led me to the entrance. I began walking across it, and my spider senses started to go off. Several Endermen appeared on the bridge. I had a hunch that you guys would be here.
It's Spider-Man. Get him!
I charged at the Enderman. These guys were still really tough, but with my fire element, I was able to take them down. I then spotted a small ocelot run out of the trees.
Hey, thanks, pal. Those Endermen have been causing havoc to this here jungle. They didn't even have any fish either.
Oh, no problem. Hey, do you know where a shiny stone would be placed in this giant temple?
Oh, this temple has plenty of traps. But since you took out these Endermen, I can help you with a shortcut. Just follow me.
The ocelot then brought me on a side path, which led us to a much higher place in the temple. Wow, thank you.
No problem, man. Just be careful.
I saw a light shining in the middle of it and figured that was where the Earth Stone was being held. Nice. This was gonna be a piece of... Whoa! I fell through a trapdoor and was about to hit the floor, but I used my web shooter to save me just in time. Phew, that was close. That ocelot was right. There are a lot of traps. I climbed my way back up and was back in the room where the Earth Stone was being held. There it was. I collected the Earth element, and just like before, my suit changed into a blend of the Earth and Fire elements. I also gained 5 more hearts. Great. I'm halfway there to stopping Thanos and saving my friends. On days 15 to 16, I was swinging across the world and suddenly my spider sense went off again. And I spotted Thanos in an open area. So, you finally decide to show yourself, huh?
Spider-Man, it seems that you have already collected 2 of my elemental infinity stones. Hand them over, now.
That kind of gets rid of the whole superhero aspect of my job. Look, these stones won't be going anywhere near you.
My world was too populated. I couldn't save it in time, so I arrived here, in this world. Once I use these stones and wipe away half of existence, your world shall live on and not become extinct. I'm doing you a favor.
Really? You think killing half of the world is gonna help it? I've seen what your minions have been up to, and I won't let you have your way. Thanos, charge and send me across the area with a nasty punch. Time to see what this Earth element could do. I activated the stone and used my new Earth abilities to dive under the ground before shooting out of it, knocking Thanos back. The blow stunned him, and I used my firepower to blast him with the heat ray, but it seemed to only anger him. Thanos retaliated by hitting me with an axe. Oh, I was low on hearts. I quickly shot webs at Thanos, and then I left and headed back to base. I arrived back feeling defeated. I couldn't believe that Thanos was this strong. I have 2 of the elements on my side. I really need to find the rest of the stones. I looked up and saw Iron Man flying around and chasing Spinner.
Get back here, you bug!
I ran over and broke up the commotion. Hey, what's going on here?
This nasty bug is leaving his webs all over my place!
I was just marking my territory. I don't trust this guy.
Listen, Spinner, Iron Man is my friend, and he would never hurt you. It's okay to trust him as well as the rest of my friends that I'm gonna bring. They all mean well.
I'm sorry, Spider-Man. I'm just so used to people hunting my kind. Most people hate Spidos. That's why I'm uneasy with Iron Man around.
Well, look, not all people are like that. You just have to give them a chance. Spinner believed in my words and apologized to Iron Man. I suggested to him that we should upgrade the base, and he agreed to help. The two of us went off and added more stuff to it. Spinner lured some sheep and chickens inside while I built a farm to house them in. Then, he brought back some wheat seeds and planted them to start a harvest. Afterwards, Spinner decided to decorate his house with a few webs. With that handled, it was time to use the Earth Infinity Stone to go and find Hulk. On days 19 to 20, I was tracking Hulk down. Just like Iron Man said before, the stone was drawing me towards him, making it easier to find him. I made my way through a forest and found myself in front of a big and earthy prison. Suddenly, the ground started shaking and a roar could be heard inside. That could only mean one thing. I walked inside and saw a large green figure banging the ground. Hulk was trapped inside of a cage trying to escape.
Let Hulk out so he can smash ground!
No way, you big green monster.
The Hulk was being guarded by some of Thanos' Endermen, so I had to fight my way through to get to him. I began my attack and started off by knocking a few of them out with my fire blast. They tried to surround me, but I used my earth abilities to spin around and knock them down. I then reached Hulk's cage. Don't worry, buddy. I'll get you out of here. I used my fire ability on the cage, but it didn't melt.
Fire no good on cage!
Really? Thanks, Hulk. Maybe if I use my earth element, I'll be able to break him free. I jumped on top of the cage and concentrated my ability. Then, I began to spin and drill the hole right through his cage. Talk about a cool ability. Now, let's get you back to base. The two of us returned, and Spinner was there to greet us.
Wow, yo, huge!
Hulk not huge! Hulk is Hulk!
The two of them laughed, and I can tell that they would become really good friends. It's good to see Spinner trust new people. Hulk and I began working on a new place for him to stay in. He said that he wanted something big enough for him to fit in, but also secluded. Yeah, that's probably best. With the materials that I collected, we built a bunker for the Hulk's new home.
Thank you, Spider-Man. This worked nicely for Hulk.
He then told me that before he got captured, he happened to find something. What's this? I could feel the Earth Stone being drawn to it. It must have been something that could help amplify the stone.
I can put that to good use.
Iron Man walked in and told me that he can build me a reactor to help me amplify my Earth powers. Wait, what? Sweet.
It just needs some materials to build a lab, and then we can get started.
On days 24 to 26, I was out searching for more materials and eventually came across a small cave entrance. The cave seemed too small for me to fit in. Luckily, I activated my earth ability and immediately started drilling the hole through the cave. I was inside and it was full with a bunch of ores. These would be useful for building Iron Man's new lab. Using my iron pickaxe, I mined all of the materials that I could see. I spotted some iron inside and collected enough to make myself some armor. I then pulled out a crafting table and made myself an iron chestplate and some iron boots. That should help protect me from future attacks. I used my drill attack and dug deeper into the cave until I came across some redstone. I think this was the key ingredient that Iron Man needed. I mined all of the material and felt like this was more than enough. Excited to bring this back. I returned and me and Iron Man immediately got started on creating his new lab. I then gave Iron Man the materials I collected and began building. Once we were finished, we both admired the work.
Yeah, not too shabby, kid.
Thanks. You know, it means a lot coming from you and...
Yeah. Now get out so I can get started on your reactor.
He then kicked me out of his home. Oh, jeez. Talk about rude. The next day, I walked inside and Iron Man handed me the finished reactor. I combined it with the new item Hulk gave me, and I can tell that my earth element has gotten stronger. Now, my earth attacks would pack more of a punch. Thanks, Iron Man. Spinner came speeding in, and I asked him what was the rush.
I went off to go adventuring, and I think I found the Ice Infinity Stone.
That's great news. Where is it located? But he seemed like he had bad news.
I saw the stone and noticed that a person was stuck inside of it. He looked like some kind of soldier.
Soldier? Oh no, don't tell me that Captain America is trapped inside of the Earth Stone. Spinner quickly gave me the location, and I swung off. On days 30 to 32, I was walking through an ice biome in search of the Infinity Stone. Spinner told me that he saw the stone inside of a castle. After climbing a mountain, I finally found the place and noticed that it had been destroyed. I quickly rushed over and went inside to see that Thanos was about to grab the ice stone. I don't think so. I shot a web blast at him and he easily dodged it.
That trick won't work on me again.
Well, I'm not gonna let you take that stone. I charged in at Thanos again, but he knocked me out of the castle. He kept trying to slash at me, but my new chest plate thankfully protected me from a lot of the damage. I then used my amplified earth power and tried to use my drill attack to deal some damage. He wasn't hit by it though and used his strength to brutally damage me. Ow.
You should know by now that you don't stand a chance against me.
Thanos pulled out the Infinity Stone. Oh no! He was able to get it! He then used the stone and completely covered me in a block of ice. I can't move.
Now that you are trapped, I shall go and retrieve the Lightning Stone and use both of them on you to collect the rest.
All I could do was helplessly watch as Thanos left. It was days 33 to 35, and I was starting to feel helpless. Is this really it? Did I get defeated this easily? Suddenly, I heard a familiar noise start to enter the area.
Come on, kid. Where are you? Ha! Found it. Don't worry, kid. I'll get you out.
Thanks, Iron Man. How in the world were you able to find me? He told me that he placed a tracking device on me a while back. Hey, what the?
Shut up, dude. I saved your life.
I told Iron Man that Thanos was able to get the Ice Stone. How are we gonna get Cap now? Iron Man told me not to worry about that.
While tracking you down, I was able to find some of Thanos' goons. They can probably lead us back to wherever he is.
He gave me the location, and he and I both went our separate ways. On days 36 to 38, the location led me through a cave. I journeyed deeper inside until I was able to find some diamonds. I used my iron pickaxe and mined enough of the material to start making my diamond armor. I was able to craft myself a diamond chestplate and a pair of boots. Maybe this will keep me safe from his attacks. I then heard commotion going on the other side of the cave, so I went out to see what was happening. I saw a nearby village, and I found the place was half destroyed. Thanos' Endermen were the root of all this chaos, and they were killing off half of the villagers. I jumped in the middle of the village and confronted them. I quickly shot an Enderman with a fire blast to stop him from harming a villager. An Enderman teleported in front of me, but I used my earth power to spin and knock him out. I then used my fire ability to mow most of the group down, leaving one left. The Enderman got scared and teleported out of the village, but I wasn't going to let him escape. I used my spider sense to find the Enderman just outside the village running away. Perfect. I needed to follow this guy to lead me to Thanos' base. The Enderman was able to lead me to what I presumed to be Thanos' base of operations. I followed him inside before reaching a room where he and Thanos were speaking.
Were you able to balance out the village?
Mostly, but Spider-Man got in our way again, sir.
Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag that I escaped from the ice.
No matter. Your job is done.
That monster! He didn't need to kill him! I looked over though and saw that he left the stone right in the open. Now is my chance. I walked over and quickly was able to collect it. My suit immediately changed into an earth, ice, and fire variant, and I gained 5 more hearts. As much as I would love to test these new powers out, getting Cap out was my first priority.
Hey, you! Stop right there!
Uh-oh. Time to go. I quickly swung out of Thanos' base and left the area.
Let him go. Once Spider-Man secures the final stone, that's when I will strike.
On days 42 to 44, I was a good distance away and landed outside of a cave entrance. All right, Cap, how do I get you out of here? I dropped the Ice Infinity Stone, hoping for him to pop out, but nothing happened. Ugh, how am I supposed to do this?
Transmission incoming.
Hello?
Hey, Spider-Man.
How are you talking to me right now?
Yeah, I added a communicator on your suit, as well as...
Iron Man wanted to know if I was able to secure the stone. I was, but the only downside is Captain America is still trapped inside of it.
I feared as much. The only way to get Cap out now is to go inside the stone. I can build a machine for it, but I need some resources. Go get them for me. Iron Man out.
Great. Lucky for me, I'm right next to a cave. I went inside and I was able to find some diamonds. I collected enough to make myself a set of diamond tools. I also had some left over for whatever Iron Man needed. I started swinging my way back to base, but something caught my eye. I landed at the top of a tree to see some pillagers running away from a village.
Stealing those emeralds and gold was a piece of cake. Yeah, we're filthy rich now.
Sorry guys, but there's a return policy for stolen objects.
Oh no, it's Spider-Man.
The pillagers tried to run away, but now I have my ice powers to freeze them in place. Whoa, I'll be taking that. Thank you very much. I returned the emeralds and other things back to the villagers. Hey, those pillagers shouldn't be bothering you guys anymore. The villager dropped me some emeralds, and I thanked them for giving this to me. Maybe this is what I need to help power Iron Man's machine. I left the village and headed back to base. I returned to base and spotted Spinner hanging out with Iron Man and Hulk. I wonder what they're up to.
Listen, kid, if you want to become stronger, you need to be able to break down large objects.
Yeah, like this. Smash!
All right, here goes nothing. Spino, smash!
Don't worry, baby spider. Hulk will get you there in no time.
That's nice. It's good to see that Spinner is feeling more comfortable to be around the Avengers. I walked over to the group and told Iron Man that I collected the resources.
Good, now let's get to work.
The two of us went over and started working on a machine. By the next morning, Iron Man and I were able to complete all of it. He told me that this shrinking device would be able to make me small enough to enter the Ice Infinity Stone and rescue Captain America. I dropped the Ice Stone, and Iron Man wished me luck. He activated the machine, and there was a large flash of light. Okay, here goes nothing. On days 48 to 50, I was inside the Ice Infinity Stone and found myself surrounded by nothing but snow. Yep, this was definitely the right place. Now, where is Captain America? I could hear the sound of fighting, and I saw Captain America fighting some kind of ice beast.
Spider-Man, we gotta get out of here. This monster is too strong.
The ice monster roared and shot Cap with an ice blast, freezing him on the spot. Oh no, I'll get you out of here. But first, I knew I needed to deal with this guy. I turned to face the monster. I could feel the ice stone was connected to him somehow. Was this monster the guardian of this place? I needed to prove my worth. I charged at the monster, and he tried to hit me with his blast, but I jumped away and dodged the attack. I activated my earth power and tried using my drill against it. The monster hit me with his breath attack. Ow, that stings. Luckily, my diamond armor protected me. How do I beat this thing? I think I've got it. I confronted the monster and used my fire ability to blast him with a massive ray of heat. The attack looked like it worked, and the beast was gone. All right, Captain America, time to get out of here. Iron Man activated his machine once again, and Captain America and I grew back to our normal size.
Thanks, Spider-Man. You really got me out of a pinch.
No problem. Suddenly, I could feel my ice powers grow immensely. I guess it was the right decision defeating that beast. Now, let's get you accommodated to the base. I quickly got to work on building a house for him. I made his house a little bit more old-fashioned because I knew that he liked the classics.
I appreciate the house, Spider-Man. This will work nicely.
I got the captain caught up on the Thanos situation, and he told me that while he was stuck in the stone, he overheard Thanos speaking to the Enderman.
I overheard that he's building up a weapon, something that will wield all stones at once to complete his goal in the snap of a finger.
What weapon? Captain suggested that I figured out what it was. If I do, we can figure out exactly what his master plan is. I agreed and swung out of the base. My spider sense went off, and I could hear a cry for help out in the distance. I made my way over to a town and saw Thanos' Enderman placing villagers inside of a cage.
What are you going to do with us?
You people don't belong here. This world needs to be balanced for perfect harmony.
I swung into action and took on the Enderman. I used my fire ability to blast away all of them. I freed the villagers from the cage and asked one of them what the Endermen were doing.
They said they were gonna take half of our community and resources and planned on bringing them to Thanos. They didn't really care about us people, but they were more so looking for the rare resources we have.
Rare resources? Why would he want that? Maybe this is all connected to the new weapon he's making. The villager gave me some diamonds as a reward. It was enough to complete my diamond armor set. I thanked the villager and swung out of the town. As I made my way through the forest, I heard a familiar voice shouting nearby.
Leave these creatures alone!
I saw Spinner protecting some animals from a group of Thanos' men. Spinner shot a spiderweb at the Enderman and took him down while another teleported behind him. The Enderman tried to hit Spinner, but he was too quick and dodged his attack. Nice moves, Spinner. But then more Endermen teleported in front of him, and I knew that he couldn't take them all on. I jumped in and defended my friend. Using my ice powers, I freezed all of the Endermen in place. Then I defeated them all with my fire ability.
Oh man, I had those guys.
No, Spinner, there were too many for you to fight on your own. He was upset and told me that he wanted to be a hero like me. You are a hero, Spinner. I understand your motives, but you can't do all of it on your own. Sometimes I'm still trying to learn that too. It's okay to rely on others.
Okay, Spider-Man, I understand.
Don't worry, Spinner. You saved these animals here. You're a hero to them. He was happy to hear that, and I told him that I would meet up with him back at base. On days 60 to 62, I made my way back when out of nowhere, Thanos was there in front of me.
Spider-Man, did you think I wouldn't notice you taking the Ice Infinity Stone from my base?
All that matters is that I have it now, and I'm not gonna let you have these stones that easily.
You fool! Do you really think that you'll be able to defeat me with just 3 elemental stones?
I noticed that Thanos had a strange gauntlet on. That was it. This was the weapon that he was making. I knew that if he had this weapon, there's no way I can fight him with only 3 stones. I needed to find the Lightning Infinity Stone. Then, I have to save Mary Jane. Thanos mocked me and suggested that I stop wasting my time with him and go find my precious girlfriend. You know, I will. And once I have all the elements, it's over for you. Thanos watched me as I swung off back to base. Why did he let me get away?
Go and save your girlfriend. Once my gauntlet is finished, I will absorb all of the elements. Then you won't be able to save anyone.
I returned and met up with Captain America and Iron Man. I told them about the gauntlet Thanos had, and I could tell that Iron Man was worried.
That gauntlet might have something to do with why he wants the elemental Infinity Stones. Who knows how powerful he could be with an elemental gauntlet?
I'm not gonna let that happen, but I need to find the Lightning Infinity Stone and Mary Jane. I asked them if they had any news about the whereabouts, but Iron Man had no clue.
I think I might know. Come with me.
The 3 of us got into his home, and Captain America handed me a map of an island.
You see, I found a specific area in the world that constantly has lightning storms. My guess is that's where the lightning stone is.
Hopefully once I get the stone, it'll lead me to where Mary Jane is too. Iron Man told me that the area was too far for me to swing off, so I would need a boat to get there.
Be careful, Spider-Man. If it's an elemental Infinity Stone, then you know the journey there will be dangerous.
I know, but it's a risk that I'm going to have to take. I left base and ventured over to the location. On days 66 to 68, I was on the edge of a beach, and I can hear thunder going off in the distance. The island housing the stone must be across this ocean. I quickly used my diamond axe to chop down the trees around me. After that, I was able to make a small boat to help me sail across the water. I began sailing across, but as I got closer, the storm started to pick up, and it became really hard to sail. It started to rain, and lightning started striking down near my boat. Oh no, it's gonna break it. A lightning bolt managed to hit my boat again, knocking me away and sending me into the water. Suddenly, a dolphin floated up to me.
Looks like the storm is messing with you too, huh, brah?
The dolphin told me that he lives in these waters, and they used to be the most sunny area in all of Minecraft. But thanks to the storm, it hasn't been the same since.
I just want my old home back.
Hey, how about we make a deal? If you could help me get to the shore of the island that I'm trying to reach, I might be able to make these waters sunny again.
Really? Ah, you got yourself a deal, brah. Let's go.
With the dolphin's help, I was able to quickly swim across the ocean. I made it to the shore of the island, and I thanked the dolphin for his help.
Help!
Oh, what was that?
You better go check that out, brah.
That noise. That was Mary Jane. I quickly swung across the island, following the voice. Eventually, it led me to a lighthouse. I quickly climbed up to the top and saw Mary Jane trapped in a cage. MJ! I ran over to her, but was immediately pushed back by a bolt of lightning. Huh?
It's the lightning stone. You have to go get it.
I looked out of the lighthouse and saw there was a bunch of lightning bolts coming from one place. That has to be where the stone's located. I made my way over there, running as fast as I can, trying to dodge any lightning bolt that was shooting at me. After enough running, I saw the lightning stone in sight. I ran towards the stone and used my spider senses to dodge all the incoming lightning. I finally reached it and grabbed it. Whoa! Because of that, the sky started to clear up. My suit began to change, and I became the full-on elemental Spider-Man. I even gained 10 more hearts. This is awesome. I then left and was able to return to Mary Jane's cage. I'm so sorry that you've been captured.
Don't worry about it, Tiger. I'm just glad that both of us are safe now.
Yeah, same here. On days 72 to 74, MJ and I returned from the island, and I told her to find somewhere safe until I dealt with Thanos. I couldn't risk bringing her back to base. I didn't want her to be around any danger. As I swung back, I noticed that it was under attack. Oh no. I landed inside to find that it was a complete wreck. Anyone? Is there anyone here? I walked around to find all of the Avengers defeated and knocked out.
Spider-Man, So nice of you to join us. Do you have all of my stones now?
I turned around to see Thanos was there, and so were his Enderman minions. You're gonna pay for this. I charged at the Enderman and used all my elemental powers on them. I jumped into the middle of the group and used my Earth ability to spin around and spread them out. I then activated my fire power and blasted a few away. With my new lightning ability, I summoned a wave of lightning to take down the rest. I then could hear Thanos laughing at me. What's so funny? I struck Thanos with a bolt of lightning, but he didn't seem fazed by it, and I actually started to feel weaker. What's going on?
You still don't get it, do you?
I used the last of my abilities on Thanos, and he wasn't fazed. Oh, why am I exhausted? Ugh.
You're coming with me, little spider.
Where am I? I found myself strapped to a table, and Thanos was there, facing me.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
What did you do to me? I was still extremely weak from our previous fight. Why couldn't I hurt you? I had all the elements.
Oh, Spider-Man, all you were doing was giving the elemental Infinity Stones back to its rightful owner.
Thanos explained that every time I used my elemental Infinity Stones on him, I was transferring my powers over to his gauntlet. So that's why I felt so weak. Your gauntlet is the reason for all of this. I tried to break out of the table, but I was still so weak. Thanos mocked me and called me a fool. He then pulled out his gauntlet and told me now that I'm my weakest, he can finally take the stones. The Titan pointed at me, and I was in excruciating pain. I can feel the elements slipping away. You can't do this. There was a large flash, and my suit turned into normal. No! No!
Thanks for retrieving the stones for me, boy. Now it's time for me to finish what I started.
I looked over and saw that Thanos was holding a new elemental gauntlet. He then walked up to me and sent me flying out of the base. I landed back in my base, completely broken and defeated. He did it. He caught all of the elemental Infinity Stones. Spinner then arrived and was relieved to see that I was okay.
I was looking everywhere for you. I'm so glad that you're safe.
Yeah, well, no one's safe now. Thanos has all the elements. I fell right into his trap. I basically did all the work for him.
Don't beat yourself up, Spider-Man. We can still beat them.
But how? It's impossible to beat him now. Don't you understand? Ow, what was that for? Spinner told me that he knew Spider-Man was a hero, with or without elemental powers. Spinner, you're right, but how? I don't know how I'm gonna find a way to defeat him. An explosion went off in the distance, and Spinner and I quickly swung over to see what was going on. We arrived at the scene to see Thanos wreaking havoc on the world.
It's time to correct this world and make it balanced once again.
Stop what you're doing!
You will be the first example to my correction.
Wait, no, stop! But before I could even react, a white light began to slowly cover the entire area. What just happened? Thanos, what did you do?
I did what had to be done.
No. No. Wait, Spinner, are you okay?
Thanos did it. You can still stop him, right? Do it for me. Be the hero I always wanted to be.
Spinner, no! He slowly started to fade away out of existence, as well as half of the Minecraft world. Villages, people, everything gone. I couldn't believe that my friend and half the world was gone. This can't be happening. I was in shock. Thanos just erased half of the population in the blink of an eye. I looked back to where Spinner was standing, and I noticed a book was lying on the ground. The book belonged to Spinner. It read,
During my adventures out in the world, I managed to spy on Thanos and see what he was up to. I've been studying his gauntlet and managed to find a way to break it. The only metal strong enough to break his gauntlet is none other than vibranium.
Vibranium is one of the hardest metals in the world. Spinner must have been planning to collect it and use it as a backup plan in case Thanos got the stones. Wow, Spinner. Even in death, you've become a true hero. The only way I was gonna beat Thanos was with vibranium. I need to go back to base and see if the Avengers knew where to find some. On days 86 to 90, I returned to find that the base had been completely restored thanks to the Avengers.
We were able to recover from our injuries and fix the place back up while you were gone. But the world.
Half-world gone. Where's Spinner?
I revealed to everyone the bad news. Spinner was one of the ones who vanished. The group was saddened to hear that, but I told them that it was no time to mourn now. We need to get to work on stopping Thanos. That's exactly what Spinner would have wanted. I handed the journal over to Iron Man and asked if he knew where to find some vibranium.
The last known remnants of this resource are deep underground within the mines.
Then that's where I'm gonna go. I walked over to a cave until I was deep underground. I surveyed the area and looked around to see if there were any signs of vibranium. Eventually, I was able to find a small amount, and I used my diamond pickaxe to mine the material. You know, this pickaxe gave me an idea. I pulled out a crafting table and a furnace, and I was able to use the vibranium to make myself a vibranium pickaxe. This right here will be the key to stopping Thanos. I returned to base and told the Avengers that I was able to find some vibranium. This was it. Now was the time for us to act and take down Thanos once and for all. I then quickly built a small grave for Spinner, and we all took the time to mourn for him.
Hulk gonna miss sparring partner. You were one of the best heroes I ever met.
Goodbye, Spinner. I'm gonna miss you, but I promise that we're going to avenge you, and we'll avenge half of the world. I told everyone the plan for our final battle, and I knew that Thanos would be back at his base, thinking that he's won. That's when we're gonna strike, when he least expects it. I told the Avengers that they would focus on taking down Thanos' army of Endermen. We'll get the Mad Titans' attention. Let's do this, guys. On days 95 to 99, we all arrived outside of Thanos' castle. You all know the plan. The Avengers charged inside and began their assault. I watched as Hulk started smashing and taking down Endermen one by one. Iron Man flew up and rained down missiles on the group. The army was starting to thin out. We're making progress. Captain America was surrounded, but he used his shield to block their attacks.
We got this under control, Spider-Man. Go get Thanos.
Thanks for the assist, guys. I went over to Thanos' room, and he was there waiting for me.
Really? You think you stand a chance against me without your elements?
A friend once told me that even without my elements, I'm still a hero, and I'm here to prove that. Thanos used the fire element and tried to shoot me with a ray of fire, but I used the environment around me to dodge it. I tried to get close, but he used the Earth Stone to spin me around and knocked me away. I knew that this wasn't gonna be easy, but I need to find a way. I then used my web shooters to try and hold Thanos down, but he countered with his ice ability and froze.
Did you really think you could defeat me?
Without my elements? No. But with this, I broke out of the ice and used my vibranium pickaxe to break Thanos' gauntlet. The elemental stones were all on the ground, and I quickly collected them and transformed back into the elemental Spider-Man. It's good to be back.
Impossible!
Thanos then ran out of the castle. Oh, no, you don't. On day 100, I followed Thanos to a vast and desolate area. The Titan finally stopped running and turned around to face me.
You think this is over? I've won! The world is balanced thanks to me!
No, the world is broken because of you, and you're gonna pay for it. The two of us circled around each other, waiting for the other to attack. He tried to charge, but I countered and used my Earth ability to spin and knock him away. I then jumped at him and used my web shooters to stun him. It didn't work, and Thanos used his weapon to deal immense damage on me. Ouch. The Titan stood over me and was ready to deal the finishing blow.
After I kill you, I'll make sure that all of your friends join you and that little spider.
No! I summoned a lightning storm and hit Thanos with multiple bolts. He was finally taking damage, and I knew that it was time to finish this fight. I summoned all of the Ice Stone's power to freeze Thanos into a block of ice. Then, I blasted him with a large heat ray.
No!
I could tell that he was knocked out and defeated. If you could use the stones to erase the world, then I'm gonna use them to recreate it. I concentrated, using all the elemental infinity stones. There was a large flash of light, and the world of Minecraft returned to normal. On day 1, I spawned in as Diamond Spider-Man. Whoa, I'm a superhero with 5 hearts? Suddenly, there was an explosion, and a weird-looking figure on a hoverboard flew towards me throwing bombs.
Spider-Man, it is I, the Green Goblin. You'll never be strong enough to defeat me.
We'll see about that. As Spider-Man, I had cool web shooters. I used them and tried to hurt him, but it looked like they didn't do too much damage.
You puny spider! Those webs won't work on me!
Green Goblin came charging at me, but I was able to quickly dodge it. Whoa, I had a spider sense. Green Goblin then threw his bombs at me. I tried my best to go around and dodge them, but eventually one of them managed to hit me. Ouch! Oh no, I only had 2 hearts left.
You think you're so tough with your diamond suit. Let's see how you are without it.
Suddenly, an orb on Goblin's chest started to glow, and he took away my diamond suit. What did you do to me?
Just taking what rightfully belongs to me. Now, I shall use this diamond upgrade to destroy the world. So long, Spider-Man.
The Green Goblin knocked me off of the platform, and I helplessly fell to the ground below. On day 2, I crash landed to the ground and was in extreme pain. Ow, that really hurt. Where the heck am I? I looked around and I was surrounded by trees. I was so weak and hungry. I needed to figure out how I was gonna survive in this world and find the Green Goblin before he destroys everything. I took the trees in front of me and collected most of the wood. Thanks to my climbing abilities as Spider-Man, I was able to climb to the top and get all of the remaining wood. I then went back on the floor and created a crafting table after I made myself a wooden pickaxe and a wooden sword. This will be useful. I eventually came across some stone inside of a ravine. Well, I guess I gotta make my way down here. I jumped inside to the bottom. I then used my wooden pickaxe to mine the material and upgraded all of my wooden tools to stone. There, much better. How am I gonna get back up though? Oh wait, I used my web shooters to swing through the ravine. Woohoo! Man, being Spider-Man is fun. Oh, I spoke too soon. I'm so hungry. I saw some chickens nearby and used my new sewn sword to defeat them and take their meat. I came across a nice opening and decided that this would be the best place to build the base of operations. I used the leftover wood and stone that I had to make myself a nice home to stay in. I then crafted a furnace and cooked the chicken to eat. It's not pizza, but it'll do. I decided to go to bed and sleep for the night so that I could wake up stronger and better than before. On day 3, I woke up to the sounds of explosions and earthquakes. What the heck is going on? I web shooted out of my base and the earthquakes were shaking the entire area up. Who could be doing this? I swung away from my base and found where they were coming from. I entered what looked like a destroyed village.
Smash! Smash! Smash!
Iron golems were smashing through the village, fighting Hulk? They were smashing the ground near each other, and it looked like the Hulk was winning. Oh gosh, I have to do something about this. Stop! I jumped in between them and started fighting them, but he wasn't reacting at all.
It's Spider-Man, right?
Wait, aren't you guys fighting? The Hulk told me that he wasn't fighting these golems at all. He was training them to protect the world against the Green Goblin and his forces.
Goblin came by earlier and destroyed this village. Thanks for ruining our training, jerk.
Oh, yikes. Hulk quickly brought me away from the area, and I told him that the Green Goblin took away my diamond suit, and I needed to find a way to get stronger so that I can take him down. The Hulk told me that he was also dealing with this Green Goblin, and he might know a solution to my problem. We both headed over in the direction of his lab. On day 4, we arrived at Hulk's lab, or what was left of it. It was completely overrun by a bunch of minions? Hulk told me that these were the Green Goblin's minions. Looks like we're gonna have to fight them off then. I was about to run in, but Hulk leaped ahead of me.
Hulk, smash!
He took out a crowd with one smash. Yeah, I'm right behind you. I charged in too and started to fight off one with my stone sword. He was tough, but I was tougher. As we were fighting, I looked over and saw the Hulk take out more and more swarms of them. Show off. I was able to take the final goblin down with my stone sword. Yeah, that was a 50-50 effort, right?
Why are you so weak?
I told the Hulk that the goblin had taken my diamond suit and I was far weaker without it. I had to get it back to defeat him. I then asked him if he could make me a new diamond suit. Hulk laughed and told me that it wasn't going to be that easy without his lab. He offered to help me defeat the goblin, and I agreed to take him back to my base and make him a new lab. Once we arrived, I used some of the Hulk's resources to build a nice lab for him to work in. Look at that. I hope you like it.
A little small to my liking, but it shall suffice.
Great. We went inside of the lab, and the Hulk told me that I would need to work my way up with each material for me to eventually get my diamond suit back. So I need to get iron, gold, and then diamond?
You will also need to do one more thing in order to get stronger.
And what's that?
Easy. Do what heroes are supposed to do. Save people.
First, I need to craft an iron suit for myself. The Hulk told me that while I'm looking for the materials, he would fix my current suit so that I wouldn't look all tattered. On day 5, I went outside of Hulk's lab with my new suit, feeling as fresh as I could. Thanks, man. It feels just right.
No problem. Now go get me some iron.
All right, sheesh. I swung throughout the area, and suddenly my spider sense went off. Somebody's in trouble. I made it to a village, and it was completely destroyed. Who could have done this?
You people don't have any diamonds? What a waste!
I looked over and saw the Green Goblin, but he looked different. Stop right there, Green Goblin.
That's Diamond Goblin to you, webhead.
I quickly realized that the goblin was covered in diamonds. Is that what you did to my suit? I charged at the goblin and punched him.
What a weak punch.
The goblin then threw a bomb and it knocked me aside. I lost half of my heart.
You're not even worth my time, Spider-Man. Soon my diamond pumpkin bomb will be complete, and I will turn New York into a destroyed city of diamonds.
The goblin flew away, and all I could do was helplessly watch him leave. I had left the village and continued my search looking for iron. I couldn't believe that that goblin was so strong, and now he goes by Diamond Goblin. What a dumb name. I need to put a stop to him and save the world.
Help! Somebody help!
Looks like it's time to finally be a hero. I swung over to the cry for help and spotted an old lady being mugged by a pillager.
Somebody help me, please!
Yeah, give me all your stuff, you stupid lady. Do what heroes are supposed to do. Save people.
Hey, lay off! I charged in, and once he saw me, he went running. I used my web shooters to then shoot him down. Hopefully, that will teach you a lesson.
Oh, thank you, young man. Here, how about you take this?
The lady gave me some mutton to eat, and even a few iron ingots. Thanks, you really helped me out. Now, stay safe. Time to go tell the Hulk the great news. I think he'll be proud of me. What? Am I out of web fluid? I can't shoot my webs anymore. I got up and tried shooting my web shooters, but no webs came out. Great. I need to find a way to get some new webs. This sucks. On day 7, I ventured across the world on foot and happened to come across a cave. Maybe if I find and kill spiders, I can take their webs. I went inside of the cave and it was full of stone. I used my stone pickaxe to collect as much stone as I could. As I went deeper, I spotted some iron on the roof. Sweet. I made my way up and got some iron. Now, the Hulk can craft my iron armor. Suddenly, my spider senses went off, and I was able to hear spider noises deeper in the cave. If I took down those spiders, I could have a massive supply of web fluid. Time to get to work. I ventured deeper and spotted a group of them. Perfect. I pulled out my stone sword and was ready to attack.
Oh my gosh, are you Spider-Man?
I quickly turned around, and a baby spider was standing there in front of me. Yeah?
Wow, I'm your biggest fan. I want to be just like you when I grow up.
Oh, man. That's great. Listen, Spider-Man has a little bit of a problem. I told him about my web shortage, and the baby spider gladly offered to help with that. Me and a group of spiders left the cave and made our way back to base. The spiders and I made it back to base, and I quickly built them a nice little farm for them to stay in.
Now we can give you an unlimited supply of web fluid, Spider-Man.
Thanks, little guy. And as promised, here you go. I handed the baby spider a signed autograph by yours truly.
Wow, thanks, Spider-Man. I'll cherish this for the rest of my life.
The other spiders gathered around the baby spider and were excited to see him happy. Aw, that's nice. I decided to use the stone and wood that I collected to rebuild more of the base and make it look bigger. It was gonna take a little bit of work, but I thought it would be worth it. After that, I went inside of Hulk's lab and gave him all the iron that I've collected.
Well done, Spider-Man. I think that's just about everything for me to make your iron suit, but I'm missing something.
Hulk told me that one of the Diamond Goblin minions raided his previous lab and took a certain tool that would be important to making a suit.
One of my iron golems tracked their location. Please, hurry.
You got it. I walked out of Hulk's lab and swung my way toward the minions. On days 9 to 10, I managed to track down Diamond Goblin's minions. It looked like I was brought over to a town. Suddenly, there was an explosion, and a group of Goblin goons were fleeing from the scene.
We got the goods. Diamond Goblin is gonna be pleased with us.
Hey, stop right there. I think you have something that belongs to Hulk.
It's Spider-Man! Get him!
A minion came charging at me, and I dodged his attack and hit him with my stone sword. It barely did any damage to him, and he just laughed it off.
What a weakling!
Another minion came from behind and knocked me down to the ground. Ah! The minions all ganged up on me and beat me down. Ah, guys, stop! Stop it! I was losing hearts fast. Back off! I shot my web shooters at the minions and was finally able to take one of them down. The other minions were surprised, and using my webs, I was able to scare the rest of them off. Phew, that was close. The minions dropped the tool that Hulk needed, but also a strange looking orb on the ground. I wonder what this is for. I picked up the tool and the orb and headed back towards base. Man, I really need my suit upgraded fast. I made my way back to base and returned Hulk's tool back to him.
Thank you, Spider-Man. Now I can finally make your iron suit.
I also told Hulk about the orb that I picked up from one of the minions.
Interesting. This may be the same device that Goblin used to take your diamond suit. I could use this to help hold your suit together.
The Hulk went inside of his lab and got to work making the iron suit. Meanwhile, I went out to the world and found some more chickens. I was able to get their meat and noticed some cows grazing over the grass. I got the cows to come with me, and we returned to the lab. I then went out to collect some more wood and returned to build another farm for the cows to live in.
Thank goodness you found some food. I was starting to think about eating some spiders.
Ew. I killed one of the cows and cooked its meat to feed myself and the Hulk. The Hulk told me that the suit would be ready for the next day. So I went inside my house and went to sleep. On days 13 to 14, I woke up to the sound of Hulk calling out to me. I walked out of my house to go see what he wanted. Is it finished?
It is. Your iron suit is ready for you.
He then gave me the suit, and I equipped myself with a cool, silver-looking suit. I felt much stronger with this on, and even gained 5 more hearts. This thing is awesome. Thanks, Hulk.
Not a problem. But remember, the suit is just a temporary fix. You still need to keep upgrading if you want to eventually have your diamond suit back.
He was right. I needed to keep getting stronger if I wanted to take down the Diamond Goblin. Suddenly, my spider senses went off, and I can sense someone was in danger. I swung out of my base and headed for the danger. I eventually found a village and webbed up to the tower. What's going on here? I looked down and saw a villager was being attacked by some minions.
Nowhere to run now. Give us all your valuables.
Oh, no, they don't. I jumped and landed in front of the villager, and the minions laughed at me.
It's just Spider-Man. He's too weak to hurt us.
I shot the minion with my web shooter, and the web of iron immediately took him down. Looks like I got iron webs too. I took down the rest of the minions and told the villager that everything was safe now. The villager told me that the Diamond Goblin attacked this town and started taking their stuff. I told the villager to stay there and swung over to the town. I swung over to a mushroom-looking town and found the Diamond Goblin, taking away all of the villagers' resources with his bombs.
Give me all your resources or die.
You can't do this.
And what are you gonna do about it? Stop me?
No, that's my job. I landed in front of the muddy pig and faced the Diamond Goblin. You really think I'm just gonna let you do as you please, Goblin? I shot the Diamond Goblin with all my iron webs, but he just laughed it off. The Goblin then threw his pumpkin bombs and greatly damaged me. Ow, that really hurts. The pig ran over to me and checked on me.
Are you okay there, buddy?
You'll never be able to beat me, Spider-Man! Now that I got these resources, I'm one step closer to completing my diamond bomb!
The Goblin flew off. Man, I was so embarrassed. I still couldn't even fight him.
Don't be so down. He'll be able to beat him. Matter of fact, I'll come with you and help.
The pig introduced himself as Ham and said that he was a pig that loved mud. Yeah, I can see that. All right, Ham, you can come with me. The two of us headed back to base. On days 17 to 18, Ham and I returned to base, and I used the leftover wood and stone to build him a small home. I even threw a mud pit right next to it. I also used the leftover resources to build up my house more and made it even bigger.
Stop trying to eat me.
Ham came running towards me and hid behind me from the Hulk. What are you doing?
You brought more food for us, right?
No, Ham will be staying with us for now, so that means no eating him. Hulk was a little upset about this, but he'll get over it. I told him that the Diamond Goblin has been taking precious materials from the world, and I still can't even fight him.
him. He must be using those materials to build up that diamond pumpkin bomb of his.
He needed to be stopped, and the only way for me to do that was to upgrade myself and get stronger.
The next suit that you need to upgrade is to gold.
Did someone say gold?
The baby spider showed up and told me that there's a civilization full of golden spiders, and the golden spider queen may be able to help me get my upgrades. He told me where to find them, and I swung my way over there. I made it to the cave entrance of the golden spiders and continued my journey inside. While I continued to search for them, I managed to find some gold within the cave. Using my stone pickaxe, I collected some iron and made iron tools. I then collected the gold ingots. The more gold I find, the better.
What do you think you're doing?
I couldn't see anything at first, but 2 golden spiders appeared in front of me.
Hey, wait a minute. You're Spider-Man.
These guys must be fans of mine as well. Of course they recognize me. I know. Let me guess. You guys are huge fans, right? Suddenly the golden spiders attacked me and started to overpower. Hey, what's going on?
We're no fans of yours, stupid.
The golden spiders managed to restrain me and hold me hostage. Ow, that hurts. Okay, fine. I told them that I was sorry for taking their gold. I only want to speak to your queen, okay? The 2 spiders then looked at each other and agreed to take me to their queen as a prisoner. On days 21 and 23, we reached the underground temple of the golden spiders. It was full of them. Wow, this place is pretty advanced for some spiders.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. We made our way inside of the temple, and there was a golden spider that was way bigger than the rest.
Help for the queen of spiders.
The spider pushed me to the ground, and the golden spider queen approached me.
You must be the Spider-Man I've heard so much about. What do you require of me?
I told the queen that I needed her help with upgrading my suit into a golden form.
I have a proposition for you. I will give you our sacred golden silk, but in return, you will have to do something for me.
The queen told me that someone has taken all of their electrical power, so they've been reduced to using torches like savages. Oh, brother.
We might be spiders, but we're not animals. We need our power, please. Bring this thief to us, and I will gladly give you some of our golden silk.
You've got yourself a deal, your majesty. The queen told me the thief's whereabouts, and I left the temple to go capture him. The golden spider queen said that the thief would be somewhere around here, and from the looks of things, I am at the right place. Suddenly, my spider sense went off and I jumped out of the way, dodging a lightning bolt. I turned around and saw a guy who had electricity powers. Is that?
Yes, it is I, Electro. Of course those stupid spiders would send you after me, Spider-Man.
Electro told me that he's been going around stealing power from the world and took all the power out of the golden spider temple.
That place is like an energy buffet. Ain't no way I'm giving that back to them.
We'll see about that. Electro summoned a storm of lightning around the area, and I dodged as many lightning bolts as I could. I got hit by one of the lightning bolts. I needed to stop Electro, and fast. I used my iron webs to stun and distract him. Then, using my spider strength, I knocked Electro into a pool of water, shorting him out.
Oh no, I'm out of power.
You're coming with me, Spark Plug.
There, I'm almost finished. Soon, New York City will be nothing but ashes.
On days 27 and 29, I returned to the Golden Spider Temple with Electro as my prisoner. Here's your thief, your majesty. I pushed Electro in front of the Golden Spider Queen.
Thank you, Spider-Man. As promised, the golden spider silk is all yours.
The queen then dropped the golden silk, and I thanked her for help. Now that I've got the silk, what do you plan on doing with Electro?
Oh, don't you worry, Spider-Man. I have my uses for him.
Suddenly, a golden spider came up and hit Electro. He then took him into another room. The rooms then all lit up again. I guess they're using him for their main power source now. I thanked the golden spiders for their help and left the temple. Ah, man. Just another day of being Spider-Man. Time to go swing back home and... You've got to be kidding me. It looks like I'm walking. After walking for a long period of time, I finally made it back to base. I need to walk more often, jeez. As I went towards my home, I noticed that there was a farm. Who did this? Ham walked up to me and told me that he did.
Yeah, I planted some wheat so that you could eat something other than meat.
I heard that, you little ham hawk.
Hulk walked up also, and it seems like the two still didn't get along that well. Hulk, I have the items needed for you to make what I need, and Ham, thanks for helping out, but both of you need to get a grip. The Hulk took took the golden silk from me and went back into his lab and got to work on the golden suit. The next day, the Hulk came out of his lab and gave me the golden spider suit. Sweet! Now I've got 10 more hearts and feel a lot stronger. The Hulk told me that he spotted some of the goblins' minions at a factory working on something.
You should probably go over there and see what they're up to.
He was right. Maybe if I destroyed that factory, I could slow down the diamond goblin. I swung out of my base and made my way towards the factory. On days 33 to 35, I managed to find the factory that the Hulk was talking about. As I got closer, my spider sense started to go off, and I quickly hid behind some bushes. Some minions were walking by carrying diamonds. Phew, that was close. The minions went inside of the factory, and I waited till the coast was clear before I snuck my way inside. When I did, the factory was completely full of diamonds. The goblin has been busy. He must have ravaged most of the world to get this many diamonds. I saw the minions from earlier and spotted them heading deeper inside. I quietly followed after them, and they eventually led me to a room with more minions. They were dropping diamonds into a diamond-looking pumpkin bomb. This must be what Diamond Goblin planned on using to destroy New York City. This bomb is way too big, though. It wouldn't only destroy New York, but it was big enough to destroy the entire world. I had to put a stop to this.
Hey, it's Spider-Man!
The minions noticed me, and I was completely surrounded by them. This won't be an easy fight. Suddenly, a minion snuck up behind me and knocked me on the back of my head. Oh no, I'm gonna pass out. Ow, my head. My vision started to come back to me, and I realized that I was still inside of the factory. I looked over and also saw that I'd been imprisoned, and the Diamond Goblin was outside of my cage.
Did you have a nice nap, Spider-Man?
He asked if I liked his diamond pumpkin bomb. You are insane. Why are you doing this?
Because I know how important New York is to you. Once it's destroyed, you will lose all hope.
The goblin told me that after he destroys New York, it'll be all the more satisfying to kill me. You'll never get away with this.
Oh, but I already have. Now sit there and rot while I finish my bomb.
That monster. I need to get out of here. But how am I supposed to do that? There has to be a way out. Suddenly, a rumbling came from behind my cage, and Ham popped out of a hole. Ham? What are you doing here?
There's no time. Let's get out of here.
I followed Ham down the hole, and eventually it led into an underground cave. As we were making our way out, I spotted a few diamonds and used my iron pickaxe to mine them. It wasn't enough to make my diamond suit, but it was more than enough to craft a pair of diamond tools. Once we made it out of the cave, Ham and I quickly went back to base. On days 39 to 41, Ham and I returned to base, and I thanked him for rescuing me.
No problem. It's what heroes do, right?
You got that right, pal. The Hulk then came out of his lab and was glad to see that I was safe. I told the Hulk about the bomb that Diamond Goblin was making and how critical it was for me to get my diamond suit back.
I've been doing a lot of research, and I believe not only do you need your diamond suit back, you also need a better version of your diamond suit.
The Hulk told me that in order for him to make me a new suit, he's gonna need a better lab than the one he has. What's wrong with the lab that I made you?
It doesn't have all the supplies I need. It's too small. You know that I'm the Hulk, right?
Whatever. Hulk told me that he spotted a location that will have the supplies I need to build his new lab.
Also, grab any futuristic gadgets that may be useful to build your suit, and be careful when you go inside. There may be someone there waiting for you.
I made my way over to the location and spotted the place that the Hulk was talking about. He could have told me that I was going to Stark Tower, the home of Iron Man. I swung my way up to the tower and entered the inside of the building. I looked around the place, and it definitely looked futuristic. I don't think Iron Man would mind me taking some of his stuff, right? I pulled out my diamond pickaxe and started mining down the inside of the tower. I collected any material that I thought would look cool. After collecting the materials, I spotted what looked like a few futuristic tools. Ooh, the Hulk's gonna love these. When I grabbed the tools, my spider sense went off and I quickly dodged a laser blast.
What are you doing in my tower?
Hey, Iron Man, right? Listen, I am a huge fan. I just just need to borrow this stuff to help save the world, you know, superhero things.
Save the world, please. I know a thief when I see one.
Iron Man continued blasting his lasers at me, and I dodged them. I don't want to fight. Please? Iron Man still didn't buy it, so I had no choice but to hit him with my webs. He was stunned temporarily, and I quickly swung out of his base. I promise I'll bring your stuff back when I'm done. On days 45 to 47, I returned to my base, and the Hulk was standing there waiting for me.
Did you get the supplies you needed out of Stark Tower?
Yeah, I did. And thanks for the heads up, by the way. The Hulk brushed off my comment, and I used the resource that I collected to build the Hulk a bigger and better lab. It took some time, but I was able to get through all of it. Sweet. I think I kind of outdid myself. I also had a lot of resources left over, so I decided to upgrade my house and make that look futuristic too. The Hulk and I toured around his new lab, and he told me that it was exactly what he needed to help me make my diamond armor.
There's just one thing we desperately need in order for me to make your diamond suit, the Diamond Spider.
The Hulk told me that the Diamond Spider was just like the Golden Spiders, except the downside was that there was only one.
The Diamond Spider is such a rare being that it may not even exist. People say it's a myth.
Well, I'll just have to find that out for myself. The Hulk told me that I should journey around and see if anyone knows of its whereabouts. I agreed with him and swung out of the base in search of the Diamond Spider. As I swung across the area, I noticed that there was a cloud of smoke in the air. I think I should go investigate. Once I arrived at the source, I was shocked to see what I'd found. I came across a giant crater in the ground and a villager standing around it. I asked the villager what happened here, and he told me that the crater used to be their village. Wait, what? Did a meteor hit it?
No, the village was attacked by some guy calling himself the Diamond Goblin. He said that he wanted to test out some bomb, and he did this to us.
Goblin, that maniac. He must be getting stronger and closer to his goal. Suddenly, I heard the sound of screams, and the villager told me that there were still people inside. I had to go help him. I powered my way through the fire and saw the villagers surrounded by the flames. Don't worry, guys. Everything's gonna be okay. I used my webs to put out the fire and let the villagers out of the crater. All right, come on, that's it. Once they were all out, all of the villagers surrounded me and started cheering for me.
Thank you for saving us. Here, take this as a show of our gratitude.
The villager gave me some emeralds and some diamonds. Thanks to that, I was closer to making my diamond spider armor. Sweet. I thanked the villager for his help and swung out away from the crater. On days 51 to 53, I continued my search for the diamond spider. I came across a mountainous biome and heard a familiar voice.
Back off, you jerks! Leave me alone!
It was Ham, and he was being attacked by a group of wolves. I need to go save him. I swung over to them and blocked them from getting to him. Alright guys, time to go home. They didn't listen though, so I used my webs on them and scared them away.
That's right, you better run!
Alright, tough guy. I asked Ham what he was doing out here, and he told me that he was trying to get stronger. Yeah, but you've got to be more careful next time. You could have gotten yourself hurt.
I was just trying to be a hero like you.
I told him that I understood, and he and I left the area. You know, I think I had an idea. After all of that, Ham and I spotted a cave and decided to go inside of it for materials. It had everything I needed, so I used my pickaxe to collect the stone and iron that was inside. I even found a few diamonds and mined them as well, so that I could be better prepared for my diamond spider suit. Ham and I left the cave, and I spotted some red flowers and collected them to use its red dye.
Spider-Man, what are you doing with all this stuff?
I decided that you deserved a gift, so close your eyes. Ham did what I asked, and I gave him a spider mask and a pair of web shooters. Now you can go follow your dreams, buddy. But after training, of course. Why don't we test out your web shooter? Ham and I came across some trees. Let's get started. It took days and days of trial and error, but after a while, he was able to swing around at will. He then did a sick superhero landing.
Spider-Man, quick! There's trouble back at the base!
The baby spider came running in and told us that the base is under attack by the Diamond Goblin. Oh no. The three of us quickly headed back. On days 57 to 59, we made it back to base to find it completely in ruins. Oh man, I was too late. Hulk? Where's Hulk? I quickly ran over to Hulk's destroyed lab and couldn't find him anywhere. Without Hulk, I won't be able to make my diamond suit. I needed to go make sure he was safe. But first, I should probably rebuild the base to keep our defenses high. I went out and got got as much resources that I could find. I then used them to rebuild my house, Hulk's lab, and everyone's home. Thanks to my web swinging and climbing abilities, it didn't take too long. Now that I've taken care of that, it was time for me to find him. The baby spider then came up to me and told me that the other spiders saw him getting taken away by the goblin's minions. Great. I had to go save him, but I knew that I couldn't do it alone.
Maybe you don't have to.
Alright, Ham, but first, you'll need a full suit. I used some of the string that I collected from the spiders earlier and made Ham a new suit. From this day forward, you are no longer Ham. You are Spider Pig. Spider Pig was happy about his new suit, and the two of us swung over to find Hulk. We made our way into a forest and spotted a baby goblin walking towards somewhere.
Ah, man, this stupid diamond goblin guy wants all these stupid diamonds.
Spider Pig and I quickly surprised the golem, and he started to freak out and run. I decided that this guy needed some interrogation.
Please, don't hurt me, man.
Listen here. We know you work for the Diamond Goblin. Tell us where the Hulk is.
We could tell that the baby goblin was very scared.
It's not like I want to work for him. I'm being forced to do so.
Spider Pig yelled at him.
All right, listen.
The baby goblin introduced himself as Gobby, and he told us that he knew where the Hulk was.
He's being held in the desert not far from here. I can help out if you let me go.
Great. I took Gobby down from the web. I decided to let him come along. He quickly hopped on Spider Pig so that he could keep up with us.
Oh man, this is so much better than walking.
Don't push it.
On days 63 to 65, the three of us ventured through and finally spotted the Hulk. We stopped a good distance away because he was surrounded by a swarm of goblin minions. I told Gobby to find somewhere to hide while Spider Pig and I went to go and rescue the Hulk. He was trapped in a cage, and Spider Pig and I quickly charged in to fight the goblins. The goblins kept trying to attack me, but I was quickly able to dodge them and use my webs to take them down. Another one then charged in and sliced me with the diamond sword, taking away 5 of my hearts. I shot him with my web and easily took him down. More of them started to show up though, and I was starting to get overwhelmed. Spider Pig snuck away from the violence. Alright, remember your training. He shot his web and did exactly what he did a day ago, making it to the Hulk's cage. He then freed the Hulk.
Thank you, Pig. You are a hero. Now, it's time to smash!
The Hulk came charging and started smashing down the goblin minions. The minions grew scared and quickly were defeated. Thanks for the assistance, Hulk. And good job back there, Spider Pig. You've got the makings to be a real hero. Spider Pig was excited to hear that, and we all made our way back to base. We returned to base.
Thank you for saving me back there, Spider-Man. Those goblins were lucky that cage held me back from smashing them.
I told the Hulk that I couldn't find any trace of the diamond spider. Maybe he was actually a myth.
Actually, the diamond spider is real.
Goblin! Hulk smash!
Wait! I stopped the Hulk from hurting Gobby and told him that Gobby was a friend. The Hulk calmed down and apologized for his outburst. Gobby told us that the diamond goblin had him track the spider, and he finally found its location.
I was on my way to go tell him before I met you guys.
Great job, Gobby. As a reward for helping us, you get to play in my mud pile.
Mud pile? Score!
I can tell that the two were starting to become really good friends. They ran over to the mud pile to go and play, while I swung over to the diamond spider's location. On days 69 to 71, I made it to the location where Gobby told me. It was a dark cave most people wouldn't spot. I went inside, and it was completely covered in diamonds. There was more than enough for me to make hundreds of diamond suits.
Hello there, Spider-Man.
I quickly turned around, and the diamond spider was right behind me. I was surprised that my spider sense didn't go off. The diamond spider expected me to come here, and I told him that I needed his help with making my diamond suit.
Ah, of course. You want me to help you? Then you must prove yourself worthy of my aid.
Suddenly, the spider casted an illusion, and there was another Spider-Man right in front of me. He looked just like me, but he was wearing the diamond armor I wanted. The diamond spider wanted me to defeat my double in order to pass his test. The double jumped at me, and we began our fight. The double shot spider webs at me, and I ran across the wall to dodge. I tried to catch him from behind, but the double dodged and punched me across the cave. Ah!
You are strong enough without this diamond suit, Spider-Man. You just have to believe it.
He was right. The double tried to attack me again, but I used my webs to stun him. I then charged in to finish him off. But the moment I got to the double, he vanished. The diamond spider congratulated me and told me that I passed his test.
But just know, you are strong enough without it.
He agreed to help me, and we both headed back to base. When we arrived, the mud pile that was there before was surprisingly bigger. Spider Pig, Gobby,
what's going on? Me and Gabi wanted to make the mud pile bigger so that we can play even more.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go get some more mud too.
Oh, I'll help.
The two of them ran off laughing and in search of more mud. Those two are really getting close now. I went over to the spider farm and collected a huge amount of spider webs from the spiders. I then used them to build a giant spider web on the side of the base using my web swinging and web shooters. This would soon become the diamond spider's new home. And just like that, everything looked to be done. The diamond spider thanked me for building his home and gave me some spider webs as a reward. I thanked him and quickly made my way over to the lab. I ran inside and approached Hulk. He told me that this was the last thing he needed to craft the diamond suit. He quickly went to work, and I left his lab to give him some time. The next day, I quickly met back up with him at his lab, and he finally finished the suit. I equipped it, and I immediately felt a lot stronger than before. I even gained 10 more hearts. Diamond Spider-Man is back in action. But I noticed that Gabi and Spider-Pig haven't come back to base. Strange. I decided to go out and look for them. On days 75 to 77, I was swinging throughout the world looking for Spider-Pig and Gabi. Where could those two be? Suddenly, I heard a scream and swung over to see Diamond Goblin was attacking the two of them.
So this is what you've been up to, Gabi? Playing in the mud with this filth? You will be punished for this.
Leave my friend alone.
He went in and started a fight. Oh no, I need to help now. I jumped in the fight as well, helping Spider-Pig. Diamond Goblin noticed me and hit me with one of his diamond explosives. I was so weak.
Time to finally get rid of you.
He shot another one at me. Spider-Pig jumped in the way though and took the hit, killing him. No! I punched Goblin away. You are gonna pay for this. I shot my new diamond webs at Diamond Goblin, and he quickly dodged them. Diamond Goblin charged in and threw his pumpkin bombs at me. I dodged the bomb, but wasn't able to dodge the blast, and I was in a lot of pain.
Even with your diamond suit back, you're still no match for me.
While the Goblin was distracted, Gabi shot an arrow at Goblin's glider, damaging it.
What have you done, you fool?
You will pay for what you have done to my friend.
Gabi shot another arrow, and it malfunctioned Goblin's glider. The Diamond Goblin threw a pumpkin at Gabi, instantly hitting him to the floor. Gabi's arrow caused the Diamond Goblin to uncontrollably fly away. Gabi, get up, please. I can't lose you too.
Please, Spider-Man, stop the Diamond Goblin. Avenge us. I know you will make both of us proud.
Wait, no! I can't believe this! I slowly walked back toward base. I was so sad and frustrated. Gabi and Spider-Pig were gone, and I wasn't even strong enough to save him. I just couldn't understand it. I had my diamond suit back, but I still couldn't beat Diamond Goblin. Why? What was I missing? The Hulk suddenly came running in.
Spider-Man, I came to look for you. Spider-Pig and Gabi, where are they?
I told the Hulk that Spider-Pig and Gabi were gone. He was very sad about this.
This can't be. I'm sorry to hear that. Those two shall be missed greatly. I have some other news to share with you.
The Hulk told me that the last thing I needed in order to complete my diamond suit was a new diamond sense. He told me that the diamond spider would know more about it, and the two of us made our way back to base. This was the first step to avenge my friends. On days 81 to 85, we returned to base, and I told everyone about Gabi and Spider-Pig's passing. Everyone was saddened to hear this. I decided to build graves over the mud pile for them. We all gathered around and mourned for the loss of our friends.
Even though I didn't like you at first, you still showed me what a true hero was meant to be, Spider-Pig. You will be missed.
Gabi and Spider-Pig were some of the bravest people that I've ever met, and I'll never forget them. I vowed at their graves that I would become stronger and take down the Diamond Goblin and honor their memory, no matter what it took. After the funeral, I went over to the Diamond Spider's place and asked him about unlocking a new spider sense.
The Diamond Spider Sense will enhance your own spider abilities tenfold. If you acquire this, you'll be unstoppable.
I told the Diamond Spider that I was ready to acquire the ability, and he told me that he needed to bite me first. I allowed him to do it, and once the Diamond Spider bit me, I immediately fell to the ground and passed out. I opened my eyes and found myself in a different world. It seems like I'm dreaming? I walked inside of this dream realm, and suddenly 3 different Spider-Men appeared in front of me. It was the regular, iron, and golden versions. Are you guys gonna fight me too? What? No way, dude. We're just here to remind you of your journey and who you are. You've come a long way from where you started, and now you're here. We've seen that you're filled with rage. You've been through a lot, but we all know that you'll make it through no matter what. I told him that I was filled with rage. How couldn't I be? Goblin killed both of my friends. If anyone can understand what you're going through, it's us. Just please, don't let this rage make you do something you'll regret. They all disappeared. Suddenly, there was a large flash of light, and I woke up back inside of my base. Hulk and the Diamond Spider were there waiting for me.
Have you acquired the Diamond Spider sense?
I saw the Diamond Spider try to attack me, and I quickly dodged before he even started.
He has. You've now fully completed your Diamond Spider suit.
The Diamond Spider was right. I felt stronger than I ever had before. My spider sense was on a whole different level. Now that I've acquired this ability, I was ready to find the Diamond Goblin and stop his evil plan. On days 91 and 94, I concentrated on using my diamond sense, and suddenly an image popped in my head. It was an abandoned warehouse, and the Diamond Goblin was there with a now completed diamond pumpkin bomb. The image disappeared, and with this information, I swung out of my base and headed for the warehouse. I finally made it there, and before I entered the building, my diamond spider sense went off again. A group of goblin minions came out of the entrance, and I had no choice but to fight my way inside. The goblins tried hitting me, but I was too fast for them and dodged them easily. This new sense was no joke. The other goblins tried to attack me, but I used my diamond webs to easily take them all down. I made my way inside of the warehouse, but the Diamond Goblin was nowhere in sight. Where could he be? A loud explosion went off, causing the entire warehouse to shake. I sensed something new. I quickly ran over to the explosion and saw the Diamond Goblin in the distance. I shot my diamond web and swung after the Diamond Goblin. I finally made it to the place the Goblin has been threatening all along. New York City, the home of Spider-Man. But it was in complete turmoil. Most of the city was destroyed, and it was completely overrun with Goblin's minions. I spotted Diamond Goblin flying towards the center of the town, and my Diamond Spider sense went off, and I was suddenly surrounded by an army of Goblin minions. The minions charged at me, and I swung over them and landed behind them before they could even react. I shot my webs at them and mowed them down one by one. They tried to get to me, but I ran across the wall to dodge them. I then used my strength and took the rest of them down. I could hear the sounds of laughter as a Diamond Goblin made it to the center of New York City. I used my webs to swing my way over there and end this madness once and for all. On day 100, I landed in front of the middle of the city, and the Diamond Goblin was there, standing in front of his diamond pumpkin bomb.
Ah, Spider-Man, you came just in time to watch me blow New York City up sky high.
You think that I'm just gonna let you do that? This ends now, Goblin. Diamond Goblin threw one of his pumpkin bombs, but thanks to my spider sense, I quickly dodged it. I shot him with my webs, causing a good amount of damage to him.
It looks like you've gotten stronger.
Yeah, you got that right. The Diamond Goblin charged at me, but I jumped out of his way. He charged at me again and tried to send me flying, but it did little damage. He was shocked to see this. I used my spider strength to send him flying where he landed next to the bomb. I could tell that the Goblin was scared of me, and he quickly ran over and activated it.
Say goodbye to New York City, Spider-Man!
No! I quickly ran my way over and fought the Goblin again. I am a lot stronger than I used to be. I was about to defeat the Goblin because of all of my built-up rage, when suddenly, just please, don't let this rage make you do something you'll regret. This is for Gobby and Spider-Pig. I made my way over to the bomb and turned it off. I'm better than that. The city of New York was once again saved, and Diamond Goblin was stopped for good. On day 1, I swung in as Spider-Man. I heard a loud noise coming from the sky. What is that? I looked up and saw a meteor. It crashed, causing a large explosion and covering everything in gold goo.
Spider-Man, you like what you've done to the city?
Wait, Venom? Is that you? How are you here and why are you golden? Before he could say anything, a bunch of gold symbiote monsters started to attack me. One of them hit me, and a piece of the gold goo stuck onto me. What is happening? I fully transformed into Golden Spider-Man. I shot a web at a monster, and it was golden. Oh no, not a symbiote suit again.
Soon we'll fall, and you, Spider-Man, will never stop us.
All of the monsters fled. The world shall fall? I need to figure out what's going on, and fast. I kept swinging until my spider senses went off. Oh no, someone's in trouble. I landed at a large-looking warehouse, only to see a villager there. How did he get himself into this? Venom can wait. I swooped in between them. Man, you guys really just don't learn to mind your own business, do ya? They charged at me. One punch sent a guy flying. Man, talk about strength. I'm out of here. The other criminal left, and I noticed that he dropped something.
Thank you so much for saving me. Love the new golden look too, by the way.
He went on his way. First Venom, now this? Why is there so much crime going on? I went over and picked up the device. It looked like it was some kind of tracker. Where was it pointing to, though? I guess there is only one way to find out. On day 3, the tracking device led me to a science facility. I went inside and saw MJ? What are you doing here?
Oh, hey, Tiger. Nice new suit. I was looking for some symbiote activity, and guess what I found?
We looked over and saw that the Green Goblin was here too. MJ, you need to leave right now, okay? It's too dangerous. I'll take it from here.
Oh, all right. Just be careful.
Well. If it isn't the jolly old green leprechaun. What are you doing here?
Spider-Man, you already have one of the symbiotes. I must have the other.
Must have the other? Wait, there's more? I shot Goblin with a web blast. I totally had the upper hand. Now, Gobby, when will you ever learn? Man, what's going on? Why am I in so much pain? Goblin got up and fought back, throwing bombs at me. I was losing hearts and fast.
Now I can rid myself of you.
One thing's for certain, I needed to get out of here now.
In due time, Spider-Man. In due time.
On day 4, I made my way back to New York and started to struggle to get this golden goo off my body. All right, that's enough. Get off of me. I tried everything I could, but the more I tried, the more it seemed to hurt me. Why won't you get off? What is this stuff?
Oh, you're stuck with me, buddy.
What? Who said that? All of a sudden, my spidey sense started to go off. Oh no, someone's coming. I quickly switched out of my suit.
Peter, what are you doing here?
It was Norman Osborn. He asked who I was talking to, and I told him that I was just thinking about myself. Norman invited me back to his building to talk. He said I looked like I needed some help. We traveled to his corporate building and began discussing the news of the symbiotes. Apparently, news spread around the entire city.
Fascinating creatures, really. I think their arrival is a good thing.
I was confused by that. How can he see that as a good thing? It sure wasn't a good thing for Eddie. Norman had been like a father to me since the passing of, well, I don't want to get into that, but I knew he had my best interests in mind. Speaking of best interest, oh no, I need to get back to my apartment. Thanks for all the help, Osborn, but I gotta get out of here. I rushed out, and when I arrived, my landlord was waiting. He was throwing all my tools on the ground. Hey, stop! What are you doing to my stuff?
You haven't paid your rent, Peter. You're out of here.
Come on. Can you just give me another week or something?
I've given you enough chances, kid. I'm sorry, but you're on the streets now.
Oh, man. I headed off. It looks like I'm gonna need a new place to live. On day 5, I went to the outskirts of New York and headed to a nearby area to start gathering material for a new place to stay. Once I collected enough, I started to work on a base for me to stay in. Thankfully, I found a nice spot right in the city. Suddenly, I felt my spider sense start to tingle again. I knew that Venom had to be up to something. I just hoped my suit wouldn't fail me again. I swung off and eventually came across a large village, except most of it was already turned to gold. And there he was. Venom, stop! What are you doing to these people?
Always one step ahead of you, Spidey. How dare you talk to us after what you did to us in the first place?
What I did to him? I shot a web at him, but he was able to jump out of the way and avoid it.
Have fun with our army.
He started to run off, and I tried to chase him, but I was intercepted by his army of golden symbiotes. The group rushed at me, and I had to fight them off. Thankfully, I had my super strength. They were tough, but my suit didn't seem to fail me, and I was able to defeat all of them. I felt a surge of power, and my web shooter upgraded. Whoa, check it out. This thing does even more damage now. I headed back toward my base. Oh, man, I need to relax. I made it back home and thought about what Venom said. Man, I can't believe it's been 10 years since we've been friends.
Yeah, you were a lot nerdier back then.
Hey, calm down. You were a nerd too. I remember the day like it was yesterday. Me and Eddie were hanging out, and suddenly, there was a rustle in the bushes nearby. A black symbiote came out and rushed towards Eddie. Eddie, watch out!
Peter!
I quickly snapped out of it. Man, I miss Eddie.
Still thinking about that, huh?
Yeah, if only I had done something more. Something to save him.
You can't blame yourself for what happened.
I know, but I still need to find a way to make things right. Venom is my responsibility. I need to find a way to stop him. MJ told me that she knows where the goblin is headed. Well, the sooner I take care of him, the sooner I can turn my full attention back to Eddie. Let's do this. On day 7, as I made my way back towards the science facility, I noticed that more of the world was being covered with that golden goo. Venom is working fast. If I don't stop him soon, the entire world is doomed. I arrived at the facility, but there was no sign of the Green Goblin. It was swarming with henchmen, though. Maybe it's best if I took a more subtle approach. As I snuck my way inside, criminals were investigating another crashed meteor. Strangely enough, this meteor wasn't golden. It was red. I wonder why. This must be the other symbiote. As I was trying to sneak closer, my spider sense went off, and I jumped onto the wall to hide.
Where is it? Where is the other symbiote?
Other symbiote? Does that mean more of the symbiotes are coming to Earth?
Find it quickly. Once I have it, I will become the strongest supervillain in the world. Both Spider-Man and Venom will not stand a chance against me.
Great. I have to stop him before he's able to find it. There's no way I can. Ah!
I'm bored.
My suit!
After him!
I guess that's my cue to leave. I swung out of the facility as fast as I could, with the henchmen chasing right after me. I returned to base to tell MJ about Goblin. It seems like another symbiote has landed on Earth, and he plans to use it. We need to find a way to save Eddie this time, and stop the Goblin from killing him. MJ and I got to work building her a place to stay at my base. I knew this would keep her safe while the symbiotes were on the loose.
Thanks. I'll get to work and see if I can get any information about the symbiote's whereabouts.
What could I do without you?
That's a really good question.
MJ headed into her house and got to work. I woke up and started pacing around the base, still thinking about Eddie. Just one more adjustment and we're good. There you go. Your TV's fixed.
Thanks, Peter. Didn't want to miss the game tonight.
It's no problem. It's the least I could do after you helped me with my project, man.
It's just good to know that, no matter what, we'll always have each other's backs and be there when we need it.
I plan on keeping that promise, Eddie. I gotta find a way to cure you from Venom. Maybe I could find some clues at his place. I headed out. Once I arrived, I headed inside Eddie's apartment, and it was completely covered in the symbiote goo. It looked like Venom had been here recently. I walked around, looking for any signs of a clue, and eventually found a journal Eddie had written. I didn't know he kept a journal. The last entry was a writing about the old observatory. Wait a minute, we used to visit this together. Suddenly, my spider sense went off. Seems like there must be trouble outside. On days 11 to 12, I rushed outside to see that Rhino was attacking the city. Oh, Alexi, aren't you supposed to be locked up on the raft? Are you golden too?
Spider-Man, I knew you'd come out eventually. Venom has made me stronger and wants me to crush you.
Come on, at least take me to dinner first. We began a fight, and Rhino started throwing rocks at me. Hey, quit it!
Hold still.
I continued to dodge the rocks and shot my webs at him. You really gotta work on your aim. Oh no, it looks like that only made him angrier, and he charged at me. I kept firing my web shooters, slowly weakening him.
This is pointless. Why don't you just kill him and get it over with?
No, are you crazy? I'm not doing that.
Come on, it's the only way to stop him for good.
No, it's not the only way. Rhino charged at me again, but I was able to hit him with one of my last web blasts, bringing him down. See? Told you. And wait a second, you talked to me.
Yeah, hi. My name is Goldie, by the way.
Well, Goldie, it's nice to finally meet you. I made my way toward the observatory, and when I arrived, to my surprise, Venom was actually here.
We must destroy you, Spider-Man. It's the only way we'll find true peace.
Venom started to shoot his webs at me, and I tried to dodge them. Eddie, listen, man, you gotta fight this. This isn't you, and I don't want to hurt you.
Why should we listen to the man who decided to leave us to begin with?
Venom continued to overwhelm me, and I started to lose a bunch of hearts. Listen, I never left you. Please, just listen to me. Venom is altering your mind.
Enough! You will destroy my new body!
The suit started to take control and shot a web blast in Venom's face.
You're leaving right now!
We swung out of the observatory and made our way back home. I don't feel so good. Ugh.
Peter!
On days 15 to 16, I woke up in my bed immediately. MJ was there.
What happened, Peter?
I filled MJ in on everything that happened and how Eddie and Venom are on a personal vendetta against me. Well, MJ, don't you remember the first time me and him fought?
Yeah, you sent him off into space. It was the only option left, though, besides
killing him. Yeah, I know. But something tells me Venom wasn't too happy about that either. Maybe I can go talk to Norman. He might have an idea on the situation. I made my way into Norman's office, and I asked him if he knew anything about the symbiotes.
Not much, but I heard they're a strong and powerful species.
He told me that he heard a rumor about another powerful symbiote that recently landed on Earth. It seems like you know a lot about symbiotes, Mr. Osborn.
Oh, not really. Just a little bit.
Okay. Well, I'll take some pictures and send them to you if you find a solution to stop them, all right?
That would be most helpful, Peter.
As I swung back to base, I wondered if Norman was talking about that red symbiote. But how would he know about that if I barely discovered it myself? On days 17 to 18, I was traveling back toward my base when my gold symbiote suit pal decided to talk to me again.
So get this, right? Back on my planet, there were a lot of us. There was Venom and another guy. He was really scary.
Other guy? Was he talking about the red symbiote?
Oh, without a doubt, I'm the weakest of the bunch. I don't do so good with conflict, but I am really good at running.
So you're a coward. Great.
I'm no coward. I just want a safe place away from Venom.
Yeah, but not every answer is just to run, okay? Sometimes we gotta stick our ground and fight back. It's our responsibility to do so. Now I know that I got some kind of cowardly goo stuck to me. I can't even get it off.
That's the cool part. You can't without killing us both.
What? Does that mean that I can't get rid of Venom from Eddie too without killing him? Oh man, there has to be an answer to this. There just has to be. On days 19 to 20, I heard a ringing. It was my cell phone.
Peter, I think I found where the other symbiote is heading.
That's great news. Where can I find it?
A town close to your location made a report of a strange creature running around. It's leaving behind some kind of red goo.
Red? Oh, great. Thanks, MJ. I'm on it. I swung off toward the town as fast as I could. When I arrived, the town was covered in a strange red material like she was saying. It looked exactly like what I saw at the crashed meteor site. But what could have caused this? I called out for anyone in the town, hoping I could get some answers, but no one answered. Suddenly, my spider senses started to tingle, and I looked around, seeing a strange red creature scurry by.
That's the other guy?
The other guy? I swung after the creature, while Goldie screamed and begged for me not to chase it.
You really don't know what you're up against?
Yeah, well, what option do we have? Let's go stop him. On days 21 to 23, I was hot on the trail, chasing after that red piece of goo. What in the world is that thing? It was moving so fast and destroying everything in its path.
Hey man, get me away from that thing!
You can't be serious. We landed next to it, and I saw that it looked just like Venom, but different.
That thing is Carnage. He's one of the most fierce symbiotes to exist.
Out of nowhere, my spidey senses went off again. Great. The green gobby's back. He flew over our heads, and he was looking straight at the red symbiote. Oh, no, you don't. Green Goblin rushed at me, and we fought. Ah! Suddenly, he then threw a goblin bomb at me.
You getting tired, Spider-Man?
In your dreams. In reality, I was actually getting pretty tired. But why?
We gotta leave now.
Man, he was right. I was losing hearts and in fast. I shot my web and swung out of that mess.
Peter Parker?
I was weak and swinging back to my base. Man, what a fight. Gobby really put some damage into me. As I shot my next web, a great surge of pain shot through my body. Ah! Ah! What the? Was that you?
Yes, I am hungry. I must eat.
You can't be serious, right? You know we're kind of running away from that fight.
Shut it. I told you we shouldn't mess with that red symbiote. Now look at us. If only you weren't holding back your punches.
All right. That's enough. I'll find you some cows. I went off and was able to find a herd of them. We then took them down. After some time, we found a nice looking cliff and got to making some food. Thankfully, Goldie and his little attitude went away. You do know why I hold back my punches, right?
Because you are a coward?
No, you idiot. Just because I have these powers doesn't mean I should abuse them. A great man taught me that. Maybe you should learn a thing or two.
No, never. Plus, the longer you have me attached to you, the sooner you'll start forgetting about these stupid morals.
What? I wonder if this is what Eddie has to go through. Suddenly, I got a text message from MJ. Man, I should really go check on her. Time to go back home. On days 27 to 29, I got back to my base. But standing there waiting for me wasn't MJ. It was my landlord? Again? What in the world are you doing here?
Oh yeah, I forgot to say, I own this property now, and you owe me rent.
You what now? You can't be serious. He said he was, and I was late on my rent. Again.
If you don't give me my money within the next couple of days, consider your new home goodbye.
Mr. Jerkface walked away. Dude, how am I gonna make money? Being me sometimes sucks. I decided to go back into the city to see if I can find a job. I noticed a pizza shop on one of the corners with a sign that read, "Now hiring." Oh, perfect. As soon as I entered, the manager walked straight up towards me and said,
So, you want a job or what?
Yeah, a job would be great. I really want to start making money.
Yeah, I don't care. Here, deliver these pizzas to the address. And don't be late.
The pizza manager told me that this place was known for their delivery speeds, and if I didn't make the 20-minute timer limit, I wouldn't get paid. Okay, sounds good. And seriously, thanks again for this.
What are you waiting for? The clock is ticking. Go!
On days 30 to 32, I was out delivering the pizzas. Man, I seriously only have 20 minutes? I have to travel like 600 blocks. How am I gonna get there? Wait a minute. I decided to finally be smart and swung away through the biomes with the pizzas.
Those smell delicious.
Don't even think about it. I was making great time. 20 minutes? Make it 5. I was getting close to my destination when all of a sudden, I heard banging noises. What is that? Are those golden criminals? How in the world? They were trying to break in. I swung in. Hey guys, respect the new look and all, but gold is definitely not your color. We fought off. One of them punched me and sent me flying straight into a wall. Ah! These guys' punches dealt a lot of damage and kept sending me flying back. I started to think, how could I take them all down?
Kill them?
No! I jumped on the building and shot my web down, trapping all of them. Much better. Wait, the pizzas! I quickly got them and headed off. Finally, I'm at the address. I delivered the pizzas, and to my surprise, it was to a chicken?
Hey, you judging me or what, dude?
No, not at all. The chicken said good and gave me a huge tip. Thank goodness. Now, I should be able to pay rent. My happiness was cut short, though, because my spider senses went off. Oh, no. What now? Out of nowhere, there was a massive explosion, and I heard screams coming from the city. I quickly suited up and swung my way back to see golden symbiotes were running everywhere and changing the city to gold. I saw a group of them about to attack one of the citizens. I couldn't let them get to him. I got you, buddy. Don't worry. I got between him and the symbiotes. I shot webs at them to slow them down and then used my strength to take them down for good.
Thank you. You saved my life.
Eat him.
What?
Come on, man. Let's eat him.
I couldn't control myself, and I started to attack the citizens. I was out of control, but I felt like I wanted to do it. I actually wanted to eat them.
Spider-Man, what are you doing?
I looked, and I saw MJ, and started to think about everything that I stood for. Come on, no! We're not doing this! I was able to regain my control, but the citizens still ran off, terrified. And you see what you did? Now they're scared of me.
What has gotten into you, Peter?
It's this stuff that's attached to my suit. It seems to have a mind of its own.
I have a name. You should use it.
Peter, you need to go and see Norman. Maybe he'll know what to do about it.
Yeah, you're right. I should leave too before I do anything that Uncle Ben wouldn't be proud of. On days 36 to 38, I arrived at Norman's building and called out for him. Mr. Osborn, I have something serious to talk with you about. Man, where could he be? If he wasn't helping me, he was always here. Something didn't feel right. My spidey sense started to tingle. The Green Goblin appeared and he said,
Come to end this now, Peter.
Hey, wait a second. How do you know my name? And what did you do with Mr. Osborn?
Don't you see? It was me all along. You really think I cared to help you with the symbiote? I don't care about you at all.
But Mr. Osborn, after Uncle Ben, you were like a father to me. And you're telling me that you're Green Goblin? He threw another grenade at me, and I was too stunned by my emotions to fight back. Please, stop. I know that you're better than this. Suddenly, he was hit it and sent flying backwards. Iron Man, what are you doing here?
I could tell you were in trouble and needed some help.
This isn't over, Peter.
He jumped out of the building and rushed off. Tony looked at my suit and told me that it was very odd.
When you have some time, swing by my lab. I would love to analyze it.
He then flew off. Can't believe this. Mr. Osborn is one of my biggest enemies. Oh no, I had to go check on MJ. I need to make sure she's okay and fast. On my way back home, I noticed a part of the city was covered in gold. Wait a second. Well, this isn't suspicious at all. I decided to investigate a little further and saw golden symbiote monsters everywhere. At the center of them was Venom himself.
Well, Spider-Man.
That's Golden Spider-Man to you. Listen, Eddie, I know you are still in there. Venom laughed at me and said Eddie is no more. All that's left now is pure rage and power.
We are so glad you are here, because now you die.
Venom launched himself at me. He hit me once and it sent me down to the floor. Eddie, please, listen to me. He went in for another attack, but this time I was able to dodge it and stun them with one of my punches.
No, stop. Get back here.
Venom charged at me one last time. This time, I can tell he was at a full rage. The hit was so hard, I couldn't even think about fighting back.
Peter, help me.
Eddie? Is that you?
Poor little Cody symbiote. Step to Spider-Man.
We gotta get out of here.
What? And just let Venom get away again?
Yep.
The symbiote started to take control of the suit and ran away. Hey, stop!
That's right. Run while you can. Soon enough, you will suffer.
On days 42 to 44, I finally gained back control and stopped Goldie from controlling me. All right, that's enough. We stopped in an alleyway, and I started to tell him how we can't just run away from all of our problems, especially when things get tough.
It's either we run or we kill, and you can't even kill Venom.
Dude, that's not how life should be. I'm not killing Venom by choice. It's just not right. My best friend is in there. I plan on saving him.
You are unwise and blinded by hope.
Yeah, well, I'd rather be blinded by it than not having any at all. I can tell the symbiote was frustrated because he stopped talking. Thank goodness. I think I should go check back with Tony before I go to MJ. I went off, and when I arrived, Tony was waiting for me in his sick lab. Jeez, what kind of technology do you have in here? And wait, why are you wearing sunglasses inside?
It's not important. It's my style. Anyways, are you having problems with the suit? Let me see what I can do.
He told us to enter a machine, and with a flash of light, our suit got upgraded. It was the golden iron spider suit. Still not as good as my old red and blue, but at least I can control the symbiote better.
If you want that to happen, bring me more of these symbiotes.
He continued to tell me if I brought more back to him, he can create a device that would remove both this golden symbiote and the golden venom symbiote from Eddie. Tony tossed me a special metal jar. Thanks, I think. He told me to use it to collect further symbiotes. Sounds perfect. I'm on it. On days 45 to 47, I arrived back at my base and saw my landlord was arguing with MJ. Hey, you both owe me money, and where's my money, huh? Hey, calm down. Here it is. Should be enough to buy the land as well. Whoa, kid, why didn't you say so, huh? Land's all yours or whatever. Wow, that guy is seriously annoying. Since we now own the land we were staying on, MJ and I decided to expand our houses. We made hers bigger, and then we built mine up as well. Once we were finished, we still felt like building, so we made a farm for us. Now, we shouldn't have to worry about food. I then told MJ the news that Norman had been the Green Goblin all along. She was as heartbroken to hear about it as I was.
Why would he ever do that? That's not like him.
I know. I'm not sure how it happened, but all I know is that we have to accept it. I decided to make it up to her by telling her the good news that Mr. Stark had given me. He seems to believe he can separate the symbiotes from Eddie and I without killing us. How awesome is that?
That's amazing. Now you just need to capture that symbiote before the goblin gets it.
Hey, can I get a moment, kid?
Yeah, I walked off. All right, what do you want?
You're not thinking about separating me, or are you? I know I'm a pain and all, but believe it or not, I've grown an attachment to you.
Yeah, no kidding. I decided it was best to leave that unanswered for the time being. On days 48 to 50, I was woken up by transmission. What is this? What's going on?
Hey, kid. I got some news you're gonna need to hear.
Tony continued to tell me the red symbiote was spotted in a nearby city, causing carnage. I shot out and started to make my way over there. Once I arrived, I saw pure destruction taking place. He kept jumping on random villagers. What was he trying to do? Get away from me, you red little devil! Every mob he touched died. I think he was trying to find a host. Carnage! I jumped down. You want a host? Well, why don't you try me for size? The symbiote didn't hesitate and charged towards me. Wait, no, I was kidding. I dodged his attack, and we started to clash and fight. Every time he tried to attach himself, my spidey senses kicked in, making me dodge. I gave him one good punch and knocked him out. Well, I didn't know symbiotes can just pass out like that. And thank you, Tony Stark, for this suit. I went over to the symbiote and put it inside a jar. Mission success. Let's go home. On days 51 and 53, I was traveling toward Tony's base. I was hit with something and fell to the ground. Ah, what was that?
That belongs to me, Peter.
The goblin was blocking my path. I will never let you get your hands on this, Osborn. I know what you intend to do with it.
We'll see about that.
He charged at me, and I was able to roll out of the way. I turned and tried to web him in place, but missed. Oh, Norman, you don't have to do this! Goblin began to throw tons of grenades at me, and it was impossible for me to dodge after all of them. One of them hit me, and I dropped the jar. Oh, no, no. Please, Norman, stay away from that. You don't know what you're doing. The goblin was able to get it.
Yes. Now nothing will be able to stop me.
He flew off. Norman! Man, he doesn't know what he just did. If that thing attaches himself to him, Norman could die. Oh no, I can't let that happen. Man, first, I failed Eddie. Now the goblin acquired Carnage, and who knows what kind of power he'll have with it. Man, I feel so weak right now. What is wrong with me? This stupid suit is so draining too.
Who are you calling draining? I'm the one that's attached to your weak body.
Me? You're nothing but a coward. You have been nothing but misery ever since you attached yourself to me. What's happening?
I feel so powerful!
On days 57 and 59, I was back at my old school? Where's my suit? Why do I feel so strange? Venom came crashing down into the school and stood before me. Why are you here? What do you want with me?
You're a monster. We were so innocent, and look what you did to us.
Was this Venom talking? Or Eddie? Eddie, listen. You were rampaging. There was no stopping you. I did what I thought was best.
You destroyed my life, Peter.
No. I did nothing wrong. I tried to save you. You led yourself into this dark path with Venom. I hit Venom as hard as I could, and he faded away, leaving Eddie standing before me. Eddie, I'm so sorry.
It's okay, Peter. You did what you had to do. If it wasn't for you, I might not be alive still.
Listen, I promise. I'm gonna do everything I can to get you out of this nightmare. You can count on it. I'll fix what I started.
I know you will, Peter. I know you will.
On days 60 to 62, I woke up. Wait, where am I? I was in a warehouse that looked familiar.
Peter, wake up! Help!
Get off of him right now!
Goblin? What happened to you? He was totally red. He was trying to get Goldie off of me too, but I was able to knock him off of me. He started to attack me up close.
If I can't have that symbiote, I will destroy it with you!
He started hurling grenades at me, and they were clearly hurting much more. I need to get out of here.
Way ahead of you, buddy!
Goldie helped me summon the last of my strength and got me to swing out of the warehouse.
There's nowhere you can hide now, Peter.
On days 63 to 65, I returned to my base, tired and, what now? Everything was on fire and my house was partially destroyed. Mary Jane! MJ, are you okay? Where are you?
I'm here, Peter. Venom came looking for you. I was so scared, but I was able to hide away from him.
Oh, thank goodness you're okay. I was so worried when I saw what happened to the base. Just a little bit more time, okay? We're gonna save him.
I know you can do it. You can't give up on Eddie.
We got to work repairing the base quickly. We were able to fix everything up in no time together. I was prepared to head toward Tony when Goldie stopped me.
There is no way that we're going out with the Red Goblin on the loose. I'm no match for Carnage, let alone when he's attached.
Listen, I'm just as afraid as you are. You need to be brave, especially to be a hero. I know you're not used to it, but who knows? Maybe you're not good at being the symbiote you are because they always expect you to be evil. Maybe it's time you be someone different and you be a hero.
You know what, Peter? Let's give it a shot.
Great. We headed off to meet with Tony. On days 66 to 68, as I was heading to Tony's base, my spider senses started to tingle. It was Venom and the Red Goblin. They were fighting each other. I landed. Guys, you gotta get out of here.
Now is our chance. We can let them weaken each other and then take out the winner ourselves. ourselves.
No, we're not taking out either of them. I looked over and saw the red goblin was overpowering Venom. It looked like he was about to take him out. I leapt into action and used my web shooter to stun him.
What are you doing?
Peter, you fool!
I turned and saw that Venom was running off now. As I turned back, I was hit with an explosion. Ah!
You will pay for what you have done!
I tried to fight back, but I wasn't hurting him nearly as much as he hurt me. I was starting to feel weaker and weaker.
Be brave. I'm gonna get you out of here.
I felt weak, but my suit was able to carry me away from the fight. On days 69 to 71, I was somehow able to make it to Tony's base. Mr. Stark, I need your help.
What happened? You look terrible.
I caught him up on the fight with Venom and how Goblin had been able to acquire the symbiote. Tony finished patching me up and then said,
There is still hope we can fix this. You'll just need to capture it from the goblin.
I looked down and noticed that my suit had upgraded. Mr. Stark, did you do this while you healed me?
Actually, I didn't upgrade you. Let me take a closer look.
He said it seemed as though Goldie had fused even more in-depthly to the suit while he was taking me here.
You make me feel less scared. I had to save you.
Wow, you know, you're acting like a real hero. I thanked him for the assist, and we swung back to base to locate the goblin. On days 72 to 74, I returned back to base and caught MJ up with everything that was going on.
You did the right thing saving Eddie. I'm so proud of you.
I know, but if he was truly with me, he might have helped me defeat the goblin.
Eddie is not himself right now, Peter. You have to remember that. I think...
What was that? It was the Green Goblin again, and he was at the base destroying it. Ah, come on, I just rebuilt that, Norman.
You stopped me from killing Venom, so I'm here for your girlfriend now.
MJ, watch out! The goblin tried to hit her with an explosive, but I was able to pull her away and avoid the attack. I focused my attention on him and used everything I had. I was clearly starting to really hurt him.
How can this be? I have the most powerful symbiote.
I kept fighting with him until he threw a sleeping grenade at me. I started to feel woozy. MJ, you have to run. On days 75 to 77, I woke up and looked around at all the destruction. Man, he has MJ. No! I have to go. I have to find him right now. I swung off toward his facility. MJ! I rushed inside, and I saw that she was suspended in a cage above a pit of lava. MJ, don't worry.
Peter, watch out!
The goblin hit me with her grenade, and it sent me flying. Ugh!
Come on, kid. We gotta take him down now.
I know. I started to fight him and knocked him toward the lava. I can tell the symbiote didn't like it.
What are you doing? I command you.
I knocked him towards it again, and the symbiote was starting to come loose.
Why aren't you listening to me?
Carnage jumped off of him, turning Norman back to the regular goblin. I grabbed Carnage in the metal jar, but Norman continued to fight with me. It's over, Norman. You have to stop.
Is that so?
He threw something at MJ, causing her to fall towards the lava. MJ! No! I jumped up and hit her away from the lava.
No!
He leapt up toward me, but fell into the lava himself. Norman, no! Please, take my hand. I'll help you.
No, Peter. This is the end for me.
Norman! He died in the lava. I can't believe this. He's gone. On days 78 to 80, we arrived at Tony's base. Tony! Tony, please! We need help! He saw us, and he rushed to aid her. He started to heal her of her injuries. Man, it was so unlike Norman. Doing all of this, I thought he would never do anything like that. Once Tony was done, I gave the symbiote to him. Hopefully, he can start analyzing it.
This is great. We'll have that symbiote off you and Eddie in no time.
Kid, are you really gonna do that to me?
We'll talk about it later, Goldie. Right now, I need to make sure MJ's okay. How are you feeling? Those injuries looked pretty bad.
I'm feeling so much better, thanks to you guys. So it's almost over. You can get rid of Goldie and...
Kid, seriously, we need to talk about this.
I don't know if I'm gonna get rid of Goldie yet. You know, despite all of his flaws, he's not that bad of a guy. She told me that she would support my decision either way. I thanked her for her help, and I thanked her for supporting me. You really are great, MJ.
You know, you guys seem really good together.
Mr. Stark, how long have you been standing there? I was waiting for Tony to finish whatever he was creating to help Eddie when my spidey senses started tingling. I told MJ and Tony to stay here. I knew where Venom was headed, and I was gonna cut him off.
Wait, kid, it's almost ready.
I didn't listen though, and I swung off towards Venom. I web blasted him to the ground to stop him.
You plan to get in our way again?
Spider-Man.
This ends now, Eddie. We started our battle and went back and forth, dealing damage to each other. I punched Venom, and he fell to the ground, weakened.
Now's your chance, Spider-Man. Finish him. Finish him now.
I walked towards Venom, about to deal the final blow. But suddenly, I remembered what Uncle Ben always said to me.
With great power must also come great responsibility.
Ugh, what came over me right now? I was about to actually kill him. No, come on, Goldie. I told you. Times like these, we have to be a hero.
What are you doing? He's right there. Finish him.
No, it's not. I want my friend back.
You can't let him get away.
Goldie tried to pull me closer towards Venom and Eddie, but I continued to resist him. Man, it's good to know, though, that I can beat him in a fight now. Now all that's left is to save him. On days 86 to 90, we watched Venom escape from us.
Why would you do that, Spider-Man?
Let's just talk for a moment, okay? I swung away and landed somewhere. Listen, my Uncle Ben would always tell me that with great power, there must also come great responsibility.
What the heck does that even mean?
It means that even though we have this power, we can't just take advantage of it and use it selfishly. If we do that, it doesn't make us any better than people like Venom. Eddie is my responsibility, but that doesn't mean that we need to end him. Eddie doesn't deserve any of what has happened to him. I still believe I'll be able to save him. If not, then what's the point? Goldie understood, but I can feel that something was bothering him. What's wrong?
Once we stop Venom, what's stopping you from getting rid of me?
In time, Goldie. We need to get back to Tony. Now. On days 91 to 94, we made it back to Tony's lab. He gave us a device that should remove the Venom symbiote from Eddie.
You can even get this symbiote off you too if you want.
Do you know what? I think I'm gonna keep him. He may be a pain sometimes. Okay, all the time. But I wouldn't be where I am today without him. I mean, he did save my life after all.
Spider-Man,
Alright, that's fine. It's a crazy idea to live with an alien attached to you.
I don't know. I think we could work together as a team. And I want to teach him that responsibility always comes first.
Okay, whatever. It's your choice after all.
We thanked Tony for everything and swung out of the lab.
Hey, Spider-Man?
Yeah, what's up?
Thanks.
Of course, we're partners after all, right? As we swung back to base, most of New York was covered in Venom's golden symbiote. This is getting really bad. Oh no, I hope MJ's okay. I made it back to base and looked around for MJ. MJ, are you okay?
I'm here, Peter.
I'm glad. Things are getting crazy out here. MJ told me that she knows and that almost the whole world is covered in the Venom symbiote. I told MJ that I wasn't sure if I could beat him.
Spider-Man, you are one of the most bravest, kindest, and smartest person that I know. If anyone can save the day, it's you.
Thank you. I really needed to hear that. I started to sense pain. Eddie, are you here? Show yourself. I looked around the base, searching for him.
He's not actually here. He's contacting us through me. It's a symbiote thing.
Spider-Man, it's time to finish what we started once and for all.
Where are you?
You know where we are.
I hated to say it, but I did. Well, I'm off to go save the world.
Go get him, Tiger.
On day 100, I arrived in the center of New York City, and it was completely in ruins. There was so much destruction around that I can hardly recognize that this was Times Square. Eddie, what have you done? All right, Goldie, are you ready for this?
With you by my side, absolutely.
Me too, partner. We arrived at Venom's location.
Finally, you're here. Once we get rid of you, this world will belong to us, to Venom.
Not if we had anything to say about it. Our final fight began. Venom tried to eat me, but I dodged his attacks and shot him with my web blasts. Eddie, come on. If you're in there, please fight back. Fight back against Venom. I punched Venom into the fire and severely wounded him. I think it's working. Eddie's fighting back.
Now's your chance, Spider-Man. Use the device.
I activated the device, and the Venom symbiote separated itself from Eddie. Oh my gosh, you're no longer going to be hurting anyone. I destroyed the symbiote, and all the golden goop began to vanish.
Peter, you actually saved me. I don't know what to say.
Listen, you don't have to say anything. After we kind of fix the city up, it's going to be good to have you back, old friend.